What's poppin', everybody? Welcome to another, second in a row, special Friday episode of Floppy Drop, where we are covering comics from Wednesday, July 16th. So this time, yet again, it is the Wednesday Friday show. But as always, I've got my main man, Drew, aka Dolan, aka I Write Comics. How are you, senor?
What up, man? I am fantastic. It's been a fantastic week. It is a beautiful Friday here in Indy. It's pretty damn hot, I will say that. But there were some interesting comics this week, so I'm very curious to talk about these comics this week. See what you thought as well. And I got some stuff lined up for later this year. When I say later this year, I mean like almost 2 weeks, two or 3 weeks from now, which is wild to think about. But yeah, very productive.
Heck yeah. Productive is good. Getting things lined out is good. You might be talking about a little comic you've got, if I'm not mistaken. Is that what we're referring to?
Mayhaps.
Yeah, so you've got Unholy Nightmare. Let me get to this campaign page before I pull it over. And we're going to look at some special stuff that we haven't shown yet. But first, we're going to look at the actual campaign. Just to remind people that it is out there. If my computer will cooperate, I'm stalling at this point because it's just being slow as Christmas. There, hey,
Opa.
So, as a reminder, the campaign has wrapped. Congrats, you did meet your goal.
You exceeded the goal.
You exceeded the goal. Yeah, well, yes, you exceeded the goal. However, if you didn't back it, there's still time to back it. And perhaps if you did back it, but maybe your card declined or card changed or whatever happened that the payment didn't go through, you might have to go back and try again to get your stuff. So, we're giving you that heads up. But,
that's correct. Yeah. And actually, in today as well, I sent a follow-up email to those individuals. Hey, let's let you know, if your payment did not go through, Kickstarter, not us, canceled your order. So if you still want it, correct your payment method and place the order again. It's just, wasn't us. That was Kickstarter. So this is it's pretty much almost the final warning before we close this up, because Kickstarter takes 2 weeks before they drop the funds that you earned from the Kickstarter. So we're coming up on the 2-week mark this Sunday. So as soon as at the end of this weekend, the vault is closed. This is it.
Nice. As a reminder, there is a chance to get issue number 1 to catch up in case you missed out on number 1. And there's also a backup story featuring the Golem, which is one of the characters introduced in issue 2. But this shows his origin, and it is a black and white EC Comics inspired short story written by Drew and Aaron Sparrow with art by Vudon. Highly recommend picking that up. Again, if you didn't pick this up, you should totally pick this up. I can't stress it enough. So
yeah. And it was funnily enough, Vu messaged me earlier today. He said, hey, can I start sharing the pages for the Golem? I'm like, no, do not do that. No. I said, the book is not out yet. If anything, you can show the very first page. That is it. Yeah. That's the only page we've shared. Other than that, do not share the art.
Abort, don't do it.
Yeah. Disengage.
But yes, you guys have seen this. I'm going to drop the link in the chat here in a second. That way you can go check it out. But this isn't the only thing involving Unholy Nightmare that we have to show tonight, Drew. I do believe we have a brand new cover featuring a brand new character that even I didn't see until today, within the past 24 hours. So why don't you go ahead and tell us about this?
So this is our brand new cover exclusive for Terrificon. Terrificon is coming up here in a couple weeks. I believe it's August 8th through the 10th. And this cover here was done by the incredibly talented up and coming artist Matt Wilson. Matt Wilson has done a lot of variants for various publishers like Boom. He's done a lot of There's Something Killing the Children variants. And whenever he's at conventions, he's slinging books, he's signing them, he's wheeling and dealing, he's doing well. I said, I got to be in business with this cowboy. So I said, hey, we're going to be at Terrificon. You're doing a cover for me. And sure enough, he got it done in time. And this is of our new character in the series, Insane Jane. And she's gonna be one of the new rogues that faces off with the Recluse. And there's another one, and there's another crazy rogue, but I'm not gonna get into him just yet. But Insane Jane is the new character, and this is going to be the cover for Terrificon Unholy Nightmare #1. So this will be her first appearance on the cover of Unholy Nightmare #1, even though she will be appearing in Unholy Nightmare #3, which Aurelio is currently illustrating.
Nice. Heck yes, super exciting. And this is the cover image, but we also have an interior art image, I believe. Is that a?
This is a character concept art.
Gotcha. So if people want to get an idea, maybe of what Insane Jane is bringing to the table, here's the concept art. Do you want to give anything away about the character, or you want to keep it a secret?
I'm going to kind of keep it a secret, but one of her weapon is cut off of the picture, unfortunately, but she carries a large scythe.
Nice.
So we're going to see her in action in issue 3. We're going to get to possibly learn more about her and some backup stories. But yeah, it was fun coming up with the names, coming up with the characters, coming up with her design, and seeing Matt's design of her. I couldn't believe it. Aurelio couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Matt is a very, very, very clever and creative artist, because they're not traditionally drawn or anything. He uses actual like things he finds around the house to make them. They're like collages that he makes, and that's what makes him a very unique and talented artist. And this cover is going to stand out more than any others. And what makes the cover even more special is that there's only 50 copies made. 50. That is it.
Only 50 copies.
Oh, Josh, you muted. 8 minutes. That's not bad this time. You're muted.
And we're back.
Hey, we're back.
Piece of crap in her. I was gonna say there's something about this. It reminds me of an artist, but I can't think of who it reminds me of. And I keep looking at it, trying to like place it, and I cannot pinpoint it. But I do like it. I think it looks really good. You sent this cover to the group chat, and you're like, "What do you guys think?" And I was like, "What is this for?" Because I'd never seen any character designs or concepts for this. So I was like, I thought it may have been something completely different, and then you're like, "Unholy Nightmare," and I'm like, "Who is this?" And I like the color here. I like the black and the gray with the pop of the blue. I think it looks really nice. So
yeah,
yeah, 50 issues. That's it. So
50 copies. Yep, that's it.
50 copies. And then do you have to exclusively be at the convention to get it, or?
We're talking. Okay. Because honestly, I'm not gonna have them physically. The Comic Mint will have them. So we may do a pre-sale on the Comic Mint website. We'll see. I know another retailer reached out to me because I shared it with them. They're like, "Hey, can I offer this signed by you and everything?" I'm like, I gotta crunch some numbers now, because this is
hey,
it's gonna get interesting.
So, TBD, we will keep y'all updated to see if anything changes. But as of right now, 50 copies strictly at the convention, at least for the moment. If anything changes, we will let you know. But no, I think it looks awesome. I think it's going to be exciting as people continue to get their hands on this. And also, just part of the fun thing about Unholy Nightmare is you're consistently running into new characters or getting to batshit crazy situations.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what's going to be fun about the series, is that I wanted to, because there's one thing I hate about ongoing books.
Did you see what I did? Because I said batshit crazy situations, and I went, isn't that I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
We'll talk offline.
Okay.
I thought issue 5 is where something like real.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, issue 5, absolutely. But
Yes.
each issue, I wanted to introduce new characters, and
Mhm.
not just have it be a full-on information character dump in the first issue. Because there's one thing
Right.
I hate in comic books is where you get bombarded with all these characters in backstory in one issue. I'm like, no, 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 you got to space this out. So yeah, it's one thing. In each issue, you're gonna be introduced to more and more of the world and more of the characters.
Yeah. Indeed. Let's go ahead and turn to the chat real quick to see what these fellows are up to before we start talking about this week's comics. So we do have Kaiser Jose in the house coming up with sup fellers. What's up, Kaiser? How are you? Yeah, I'm still happy that you found World Tree, Kaiser, and that you're loving it and that it's your most favoriteest book ever. So congratulations, buddy. We also have Jamin D in the house with a rock on, senor. Nice to see you here. Cajun Corey commenting that he got plenty of floppies last weekend when he was at his convention, where he also met Dean Kane, and then giving a general evening. Good evening, sir. And then it looks like Kaiser saying, "Oh snap, that's sick," referring to the cover. So kudos. We have Cannoli Sasquatch in the house coming in with a hello, everyone. What's up, Cannoli? Nice to see you here. You got to send me some messages, man. And, oh, here we go. Okay. This is what I was looking for. Continuing my purchases, I bought Chris Claremont's Uncanny X-Men Omnibus Volumes 1 through 3.
Outstanding.
Nice. Absolutely. Cannoli, I'll have to talk to you because I'm going to be curious to see what your take is, because I love Chris Claremont's X-Men, but I think sometimes when people read it or start reading it for the first time, they're kind of like, because people speak so highly of Claremont's run, right? But how long it is, all the different stories he tells. But there are moments, especially early on, where some of the writing in terms of like dialogue, you're like, I don't know about this. But then you get going, you're like, bro, this storytelling is top notch. Like,
yeah.
So
yeah, it's all top notch. When he's got John Byrne with him, it's all top notch.
Agreed.
It's in the candy store.
And then Kaiser said, "I wish I had space for omnis." Man, I'm literally running into an issue where I'm running out of space for my omnibus. I've got plenty of bookshelf space, but some of my shelves aren't big enough for the Omni to like fully fit in there. So
yeah, there's one thing. I've got this nice rotating circular bookcase thing, and it's just high enough for trade paperbacks and everything, but it can't fit on the buy on the shelf. It's like maybe like a quarter of an inch too small, and it's like, you're right there, come on. And oh, Josh, here. But yeah, I've got on the buy all going across this shelf right here, all up and down right here, and I got another bookcase right over here, and I got my other one, my big one right over here, and my bedroom back there. I got my Batman bookcase, which got all my Batman hardcovers, trade paperbacks, a lot of them first editions, and I got another bookcase back there for all my DC stuff. So it's just, I'm all over the place.
Hell yeah. So this bookshelf that's right behind me, is all the shelves are big enough to hold omnis. The problem is these are cheap bookshelves. You're only supposed to hold like 5 pounds a shelf. And most of these omnibuses are like 5 to 10 pounds each. So I'm already like, I'm risking it all with this. And then the others I have like on top shelves, and I have a whole other bookshelf over here against the wall that you can't see. But its top shelf is all like omnis and stuff. So I gotta either get expensive bookshelves, which honestly would probably be the smart thing to do, or figure something else out. But we'll get there. And yes, Kaiser, damn it, Josh, indeed, my freaking internet. I know, I'm sorry. Let's see who else is in here. That looks like that's pretty much everyone at the moment. Kaiser or Cannoli said he would keep us updated on his X-Men read. So, but yeah, Cannoli is just blowing through these comics, which is fun. I remember being a wee little lad catching up on my comics.
And I will say, the John Byrne, Dave Cockrum, Chris Claremont collaborations are arguably the best. But when you get to the Paul Smith art with Chris Claremont, it is really damn good. And it's during the Brood saga, and I love that issue. And it's got one of my top 2 favorite X-Men issues ever in there. It's a big double-sized issue. It's when the X-Men face the Brood in the final showdown. It's awesome.
Yep. And then shortly after, or that was around the same time that they launched. Wasn't that around the time they launched New Mutants as well? Like shortly thereafter around?
Yeah, it was, because they were in space, they were gone. And when they get back, it's when they discover, wait a minute, who the hell are you guys? What the hell's going on here? Yeah.
Yep. Good stuff. Such good stuff. All right, Drewski, are you ready to talk about this week's comics?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So we're going to kick things off with a book that I think both of us really liked this week. And if you tuned into our show last month, then you would know that this was pretty high up on our list. But it is Robin and Batman, Jason Todd, number 2. Gosh, who's writing this again? Jeff Lemire. Yeah, Jeff Lemire, written by Jeff Lemire, art by Dustin Nguyen. So I will say, coming into this issue, I was really curious because the Dick Grayson book that they did like this wasn't a linear story. They kind of, one issue kind of captured different moments of Dick as Robin.
And my favorite issue of that, the Dick Grayson run, was when they with the Teen Titans. I loved that issue.
It was so much fun. This issue, or this book, surprisingly, looks like it's going to stick with a linear story. So we pretty much we pick back up where we left off, and we're continuing the story of exploring this relationship with Jason and Bruce kind of coming to terms that Jason isn't Dick and that there is a difference, and he even ends up pulling Dick into this issue to see if maybe he can kind of scope things out.
Just talk to him, have him just talk to him as kid to kid, because granted, I mean, Dick isn't, a kid, but he's a little bit older, but he's still, a young adult, and he just wants to be able to relate to him. Hey, what's going on with you? And let's just say Jason isn't as warm and receptive to Dick's friendship.
Yeah, at all. Which is, it's interesting because Dick comes in with this notion of, hey man, like, you're a kid. It's okay to be a kid. Like, you got the mission, great, but don't forget to be a kid, because once you're not a kid, you can't get it back anymore. And he's speaking from experience, because even though Dick is more lighthearted, there was slight moments where you could tell, like, maybe the mission was what really mattered above all else, and then he would kind of find himself and correct himself. And he talks about that balance in this issue, and Jason doesn't agree. So,
and real quick for the viewers at home watching, just to let you guys know, if you're not familiar with Dustin Nguyen's artwork, so he goes straight from pencils to watercolors. Yeah. There's no inks, there's no in between. It's pencils to watercolors. That's what makes this so damn special and unique, his art style.
Agreed. It's something, I mean, it's what he's done for years. And he can still do different kind of
absolutely
differentiate it quite a bit depending on the story he's telling. But I love this art. I feel like it's damn perfect for the fact that this is more of a character study. It just works so well. This issue also has one of your favorite characters, or I guess one of your favorite like Batman villains, the Wraith. So are you happy that we're getting kind of what appears to be a full story with him?
Yeah, me too. Yeah, because I mean, the last time we saw the Wraith in comics, I think, was the New 52, and it was like the Wraith had like this tech army or whatever that was taking over the city. I think it was in Detective Comics.
Yeah,
but
I think
it
so.
wasn't. Yeah, I didn't think it was that good. That story was that good.
No,
but anyway, what they're set up here is like this guy, the Wraith. He's essentially the other side of the coin of Batman. He is the guy who's not afraid to put criminals down, whereas Batman won't do it. And let's just say that Wraith has seen Jason in action, and maybe Wraith is trying to find a sidekick of his own. Someone who may agree with his edge on things.
Yep.
You got to read to find out.
Indeed. A lot of good stuff here. again, I'm super happy that it's continuing the story. I do like, there's a conversation early on between Wraith and Batman where he calls him out. He's like, hey, you stop people, you let them go to jail, they get right back out, they kill more people, and you just keep letting that cycle happen. Like, I'm not about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's looking to entice Jason. He sees parts of Jason that he probably sees in himself, and he's looking again, as he said, for a potential sidekick. So great storytelling. The other fun thing I will say about Dick is that there you go, there's some action for you. The fun thing about Dick is it's a disco Dick. We've got the old school. Here we go. We're getting to there. Yeah, that old school outfit, which I think is a lot of fun. But the other thing I want to touch on with this issue, and I'm going to go back up a little bit, is I really enjoy the conversations between Bruce and Alfred, because in essence, it's almost like a son talking to his father about his son.
Yeah.
And then you've got this here, he's talking about the difference between Dick and Jason, and he says Dick had parents, good parents. He knew what that was like. So did I. We both had that before we became this. And I love the emphasis on this because it's just saying, what this is. It's almost acknowledging this isn't normal, but it needs to be done.
Yeah, and in the first issue, one thing I did love about it is that Alfred called out Bruce on this. And he said, "Hey, this Jason, he is not all right. Jason needs help." Yeah. And Bruce was like, "No, we can handle it. We got this." And I likened this, and one thing I likened it to, and it's not directly that, it's not that, but it's a relationship. You have a man like Bruce. Let's just picture it this way: Bruce coming out of a long-term relationship with someone that that like his first love or whatever you want to say, but then they break up, and this is his rebound. And granted, the rebound is problematic. Rebound is trouble. People are telling him that hey, this is trouble. He's like, no, I know what you're talking about. I got this. They're great. I can fix them. It's great. I need them. They need me. But he doesn't see the cracks, and it's a shame.
Yeah. Even to what you're alluding to, that first issue, this scene, you actually have Bruce. So before what I was just reading, you have Bruce saying like, Alfred, I think you were right. Like, I don't think I can do this with Jason. And Alfred's response is, and here I was thinking I've been too hard on the boy. It's such a subtle thing because Alfred's being serious here. It's such a subtle thing to show like the complexity of when you're looking at people and, where they are emotionally. Because I think sometimes you can make a judgment and then you listen to other people or see other people's hope or a viewpoint or maybe their blindness to it. But then you start to think, well, maybe I'm wrong. And I think that's what they're trying to convey here. But the rest of that line that I was reading earlier that Bruce says is, he's talking about how he and Dick had good families. And he goes, Jason never did. I thought maybe we could become that for him, but he's just, and he can't finish it. And Alfred says, broken. And it's so sad, but it's so true.
Yeah, so true. That's just it. It is true.
Yeah, I love what they're doing here. Jason's really grown in popularity the past like 10 to 15 years, and I think a lot of people make the mistake of going like, "Oh, he's just the angry one, or he's the bad one," and this is really giving him a lot of layers. And anytime you can do that, I'm on board.
Yeah, but or you can just be a writer and just completely toss out the continuity. Who cares? I don't want anything involving Jason. It doesn't matter because I don't want.
God, that makes me so mad. So for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, there's that new Red Hood book that's coming out that has Huntress in it, and I guess the writer was getting interviewed. We're gonna say the writer was getting interviewed, and he, she, they, whatever, blatantly said, yeah, I didn't bother reading previous iterations or issues or anything. Continuity doesn't matter much to me. And I'm like, you still need to understand the freaking character. Like, what are we doing? So super pissed about that. Definitely not looking forward to that book even more now than I already wasn't looking forward to it. What a loser. What a loser. That's
what a maroon.
What a loser. Maroon. I do want to go to the chat real quick just to kind of see what some people are saying over here. So JK put, I love Wynn's art. Yeah, I mean, so many good books. Was it East? What was the Eastern? No. Oh crap! Now I can't think of it. Well, he's done this. He's done. I'm blanking on everything. What's the vampire book?
Oh, Little Monsters.
Little Monsters. Oh, I'm thinking of Descend. What is it? Descendant. He did that as well. Shoot, hold on. I'm having old man brain over here. He also did Streets of Gotham. That was a Batman series for a while. That was a lot of fun, and kind of featured a lot of different supporting Bat characters with Bruce. Let me look at the books real quick. He also did Little Gotham. He did one of the Hush story. Little Gotham, by the way, if you have kids that are young kids, buy Little Gotham, Batman Little Gotham. It's so freaking good. But yeah, Little Monsters. Oh, Ascender and Descender. That's what I was thinking of. So he did those. They were independent books. Just really good stuff there. But I always love his art just because it's so different than everything else we're getting. So big fan. Big fan. What else do we have here? We have Nadia in the house coming in with what's up, Floppy fellas? What's up, Miss Nadia? Congratulations on hitting 1,000 subscribers. That is bomb.com. And she put, I love the watercolors. Yeah, the watercolors are fantastic. And JK coming in with to reaffirm his watercolor work is great. Love how he lets the water be free. Especially in like the background. You can tell he just really gets it I know it sounds crazy saying watered down for watercolors, but he gets it really watered down and then just kind of drapes the background with it. So JK also put, I like that Alfred isn't totally right, which he can be portrayed as when it comes to family issues. Yeah, that's fair. You know, I think it's one of those things where sometimes Alfred, because he's the one with the grander perspective, I guess, because he's in the family, but he's also a little bit at a distance. He's not in the weeds with them on the daily. I think that lets him have that perspective to be right more often than not. But I do like here that it feels like it feels like a grandfather talking to his son about his grandson, and I just think that's special. Corey goes, the Trump voice. I don't know what the fuck. Well, these guys do know what the F they're doing. I do have that clip finally, by the way, so we'll probably see it at some point tonight. And then going to the Jason Todd book that's coming out with the new Psycho writer, JK put, if continuity doesn't matter, why should fans of the characters part with money for the book? Completely agree. Continuity for me, like, you can be a little loose with it, and sometimes you need to be a little loose with it. But for the most part, it is what, you know, is going to help like people invest in a book. If it's just, and we're seeing this with modern comics, when you're constantly relaunching a series with a different direction where the previous series didn't matter after 12 issues, people quit feeling like they need to read that book. If you have something that feels like it's lasting for, you know, years, then there's a need to feel like, okay, let's keep reading this, or I feel like it's going to be worth my time. So. And then JK also added, his little Gotham was adorable. Completely agree. And Nadia said, you know what's up. So I don't.
Just waving a little high. Just waving high.
Feetsies. Yeah. Oh, gotcha. Corey was saying the guy who does the person who doesn't care about canon. You know what, Corey? You're spot on. The person that doesn't care about canon doesn't know what the fuck they're doing. So for that alone, we're just gonna do this.
That they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
There we go. Good time. Good times. Cannoli Sasquatch put, I really can't get into modern comics, man. They're just not good enough and they keep changing. Yeah, Cannoli, listen, I mean, we're in a better point right now with modern comics than we were like a year and even 2 years ago. But most of your good stuff has either been limited or mini series. And all indie stuff. A lot of the big two has not been good. So,
no.
And
especially Marvel.
Yeah. And then he put, I just finished the JLA Morrison book. That wow, that was incredible. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I like that he did a lot of kind of quick, shorter stories with that, just to kind of feature.
And you know what? He took risks, and
Yeah.
I mean that's what Grant Morrison does. I mean, he brought. I gotta love him. Gotta give him credit. He tried creating new characters like Aztec, and bringing back the key, and it's just like, hey, kudos to you, man. You tried. Aztec didn't stick, but you tried.
What do you mean? What do you mean Aztec didn't stick? They totally brought Aztec back as a female. Like under Steve Orlando.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah. It totally stuck. Female Aztec, man. What I will say about Grant Morrison is he's very hit or miss for me, but I respect him because he's never afraid to swing for the fences. No. And it's one of those, like, when he misses, he definitely misses, but when he nails it, like, dear God, he nails it. So let's see what else we have here. Oh, see, Canola, you're just getting, like, you're going through all the good stuff, man. He said, I'm currently reading the Jeff Johns Green Lantern books.
Oh, dude. Bruh.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I could be in your position reading that for the first time. Holy crap. That's awesome. Yeah. But I will say, reflecting on it now, because I remember reading Green Lantern Rebirth when it was coming out, and just being so blown away, but not just by Jeff Johns, but by Ethan Van Sciver on his art. I'm like, this is so fucking amazing. And we're told that there's gonna be a new Green Lantern ongoing series, and everyone is thinking, oh my God, Jeff Johns, Ethan Van Sciver on an ongoing series to be the biggest comic in the world. And it's Carlos Pacheco on the art. It's like, oh, okay. It's like, no disrespect to Carlos Pacheco. I mean, but he does a competent, safe job. It's nothing dynamic like Ethan Van Sciver. They're very, very different artists. Oh, Josh.
Yeah.
Tower Rack.
No. I was. Okay. I was clicking, so I was trying to get back over to unmute. Again, I agree with you. Very different artists, just different artists. It does make a difference. Cajun Corey said that he got Batman Black and White issues 1 and 2. Good reads. Yeah, look, I think a lot of so.
Oh wait! Are we talking the OG Black and White, like from the 90s?
That's what I don't know. Yeah.
That because we're talking about the new shit from like 3 years ago.
It was hit or miss. Yeah.
Yes, it was.
There was a lot of mediocre and a few good stories. Most of these, like, if you ever see a Black and White or Black, White, and Red or Red, White, and Blue,
they're going to suck ass.
Well,
yes.
Yeah. But it's a lot of just short stories, like, 7, 8, 10-page stories. If you go back, like Drew was talking about, to the originals, they were quite good. And they had two... I was going to say they had 2 recent runs of Batman Black and White, like within the past 5 to 10 years. Yeah. The first one was solid. The second one that they came back and redid, it was not great.
And if you go back and look at that team on the 90s, like all the creatives involved in the 90s, it is literally like the murderer's row, creatives who worked on that Batman Black and White. It is stupid when you see who. It's like, how can you say no to this? And better yet, how have they not reprinted this? How have they not recollected this since then?
But I covered the more recent Batman Black and White issues, and I will say there are legitimately some really good short stories in there. Just as a whole, I remember it was like a 6-issue run for the most recent one, and I think there were 2 issues that I thought were excellent. The rest I thought were mediocre with a really good story in them. Not bad though, and a lot of times you can get some fantastic art. They do tend to try to get really good artists on those, since it's just inks. But
yeah,
Drewski, should we move on to our next book?
Let's do it.
All right. Well, I'm sticking with DC, and I'm even sticking with Batman because I really want to talk about Absolute Batman number 10.
You know what? It's when you got this huge albatross hanging around. It's hard to ignore it, and
it is. So I'm assuming you read this.
I did, and let's just say I laughed my ass off.
Oh my
okay,
God.
look. At this point, when you read what Bruce was hiding in his body, all the things he was hiding in his body, you cannot read that with a straight face. You cannot. No. I was laughing my ass off out loud because it is beyond ludicrous.
Yeah, okay,
beyond
so
ludicrous.
Yeah. So I'll just start reading here. It says, after multiple surgeries, staff is now confident all objects have been extracted. Items confiscated include tear gas pellets, acid pellets, explosive pellets, sedative pellets, hallucinogenic pellets, a full lockpick kit, blow darts, finger blades, knuckle blades, toe blades, push daggers, trench daggers, berries throwing shuriken, and one large spiked war club, collapsible.
Yeah, was that his dick? We don't know. And the key important factor is these were items hidden inside his body.
Yeah.
Hidden in his body. Yeah, not pouches, in his body. That's what makes that ludicrous. What makes it hilarious.
So it blatantly says removal of his costume triggered a series of homemade booby traps. Numerous injuries were incurred. And then it says once
just saying that, I'm laughing. Just saying that.
Yeah. Once fully stripped, scans showed further contraband hidden throughout his body. What are we doing here?
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the movie Last Action Hero with Arnold Schwarzenegger, like that opening scene when on the roof with the Reaper. He's like, just one gun jack. He starts pulling out all these guns and everything from all over his clothes. It's like, yeah, that's what we got going on here, but inside his body.
Yep. And they missed a pin that's in his too. I just can't. And we got butt cheeks. Come on.
Butt cheeks.
Yeah, look, my issue with this book. I mean, one of my biggest issues with this book since the beginning was just how over the top it is. And I know some people are having fun with it. And if you're able to have fun with how psychotic and retarded this is, God bless you.
Josh, that's the only way to read this series. If you're reading this series, if you're intentionally looking to laugh, because of how over the top ludicrous it is, like watching them. I've always compared it to watching Cobra, watching Tango and Cash, watching Roadhouse. It's just over the top ludicrous, and that's what Absolute Batman is. Over the top ludicrous.
I feel like it's even more over the top and ludicrous than those, though. Like those, it's like a cheeky over the top and ludicrous. This is just way over the top and way ludicrous. I watch those movies and I'm like, that's a lot of fun. It's stupid, silly fun, but it's a lot of fun. I read this and I'm like, this is too much. Like, what are we doing? Please stop. But look, I know people do love it, and if you like it, I do not want to sway you from liking it. For me, I just cannot take it seriously, and we haven't even gotten to all the crazy stuff in this yet.
No,
because believe it or not, Bruce makes bombs at one point, and what does he use to make bombs, Drew?
From what I recall, he's like using his own excrement, from his body.
Boop. He's using his poop.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, look, really intense, crazy action. I'm here for that. Dragota's art, I think, is quite good. I enjoy it. It's different. But the story is so ridiculous that I can't get onto it.
And let me make sure I'm tracking this story as well with you, Josh, because it sounds like they were trying to mutate Bruce, but it wasn't taking. Did I read that right?
It either wasn't taking or they weren't able to fully get to it. So he's in Arc M, which is, Arc M, but Arc M, and they're experimenting on people. So you get to see takes on characters, as mutations, which fine, it's a different thing. But I think the big takeaway here is that we eventually see, Killer Croc and his differences, but it's just weird. I don't know what else to say other than it's weird and too crazy for me.
Weird. Because and then we can start getting the other people who've been, I guess, experimented on, who've been mutating. So it looks like we got because they bring up what's his name, the Langstrom. I think they bring up Langstrom, who is the Man Bat, and so we get. It looks like it looks like a Man Bat we got back there in the background, and so because I thought that's what they're going to be leading to with Bruce, because when I was reading it, it looked like they were trying to mutate him, but I wasn't sure if they're going to be getting to that later on. But we also get a crocodile in this, and from what I recall, he had a croc nicknamed Friend. Oh, Josh, you muted.
You gotta wonder too. Like we're looking at this, and he's like Waylon, and I'm like, bro, how the beep do you know? Like, there's no way.
Yeah, how would you even guess it's him?
No, your friend went from being a buff black dude to this. Like, and I'm sorry, this looks so stupid. I mean,
so you mean to tell me his mouth goes all the way from that top end to like back toward his body?
Yeah, so like here it's like, okay, it looks like a crocodile, so you would think like his eyes are gonna can you see my mouse?
Yeah.
Or no? Okay.
Yeah.
You would think his eyes are here, right? Because look at how the mouth opens. But then you go down and you actually look at his face, and his eyes are right here, and then that's his nose. So he's opening it up to his torso. Like, what are we do? Oh, I can't.
Yeah, and you know, hey, I mean, I understand he's got his own style. Good for him.
Yeah, that's weird.
It is very strange, and I think artists like Graham Nolan have every right to criticize him, in his artistic choices.
Yes, I agree too, because Bane looks stupid as all get out with his tiny ass bug head. Why do I feel like this is going to end up getting released as a toy?
Or
a pop figure,
a Funko Pop.
Oh God, please don't. Well, I don't know if it'd work because their heads need to be small for it to make sense for these designs, and pops are the opposite. Yeah, I don't know. Bruce riding Waylon was not on my bingo card for 2025. I'll just say that.
No, there's a lot in this book that was not on my bingo card.
Yeah, no. And then I don't know if you saw, but they released the tease for the Catwoman design.
I saw it. It looks stupid. I'm like, it just looks silly. It looks like Mysterio black. It looks like the it's just like a Hello Kitty, or like there. I swear there was like a character in some media that had like an electronic circular head like that, but like it was like lit up in the front, like with like a cat image. I forget what it was, but it reminded me of that. But I would say design wise, out of all the villains, it is the least crazy thing. But I hate the helmet because it's literally a circular dome helmet with cat ears, and it's reflective. But the marketing image, I was gonna say doesn't look that practical when you're a cat burglar.
No, at all. Like your head doesn't fit through the door or something. Like, I tried to go through the air vent, but my head didn't fit. But I thought it was funny because the whole like dome thing is supposed to be reflective, right?
Yes.
So the marketing image shows Catwoman like perched on a rooftop looking straight, and you see all the buildings are fully upright by the perspective of how that panel's drawn, yet the reflection is sideways. And I was like, I don't think that's how that would look if she's not like doing this. So yeah, I did not like this. I have not liked this. I don't understand. I mean, I guess I understand why people like it, but I don't understand why people like it. And when we come over to our friends at League of Comic Geeks, this is at a freaking 4.7.
Wow. This little gaggle of geniuses in the review section. I love it.
I'm convinced that there are certain people that are just gonna like slurp that for Scott Snyder because it's Scott Snyder writing Batman. Like yeah. But yeah, I mean, even here, like you've got Adam. Well, Mugavero, I guess. But he's like 5 stars, peak, no other word for it. Abomination is probably the best Batman arc in quite a while, and it will surely go down in history as an iconic chapter in Batman's mythos. No, please don't, because nothing about this feels like Batman to me.
No.
So, and then going over here, you've got Leon J10. Holy peak fiction, Batman. Yeah, this is easily the best issue so far for me. Scott Snyder is insane, and I fear the insanity is only going to get worse. True.
Just because it's insane and doesn't make sense does not make it a good comic.
Yeah.
And that's what would drive me nuts about a certain comic book store owner who would quote unquote read comics. And he said, like, oh, I didn't understand what was going on. It's amazing. I'm like, just because you don't understand what's going on doesn't mean it's a good comic book.
Yeah. And look, I will say there are elements of these books that I think are fine, that I enjoy. I think they're entertaining, but I would not call it Batman. I would say it's a different story wearing a Batman skin. And then you just have the batshit crazy stuff on top of it. That's what makes me nope out.
No, it's Musclehead. It's Musclehead Man. That's what this is.
Yeah. But as you can see, just multiple 5-star reviews here. And Comic Supreme put, shove it up your ass. That's Batman circa now. Oh, geez. Yeah, what I hope is that this doesn't lead into the main Batman line.
Oh
or
my
influence God. Or actually picking up stories or designs, or I'm terrified. Yeah. I don't know. I can't.
No, but I think it really just shows the illiteracy, and just really shows the blindness a lot of these readers have to being critical to what they read, thinking critically to what they read. It's just no matter what, like we're seeing here, no matter what it is, it's a 5-star. And it's like, no, that's not how you rate something. Just because you love the writer, and just because it's fucking weird, and just because you don't understand what's going on, just because it's insane, does not make it a great comic book.
Yeah. I look, I've got friends that are just, they love comics in general, and they enjoy pretty much anything they read. And I wish I could be like them. But even then, they're like, yeah, this wasn't really that good, but you know, it was fun or whatever. But these people are like, guys, it's Batman, 5 stars, Batman, 5 stars.
You know,
Fine.
and hey, I've stood in line at conventions behind these people. I've heard these conversations, and
yeah,
and it's like, I want no part of these conversations at all. I hope you do not turn around and look at me, because it will not be pretty.
This reminds me of 2016 San Diego Comic-Con, when everyone and their dog kept turning to me going, because I had a Batman news badge. Everyone and their dog kept turning to me going, oh, Batman news? Bro, Batman v Superman, awesome, right? And I'm like, get the fuck away from me. I would probably have a stronger response to this. I'd probably, cry and flip tables and walk out. But yeah, not a fan of this book. Let's see what the comments have to say. Salty, traveling, see you showing up in the house. Good to see you, Salty. But of course, comes in right as my mic muted. I like, Drew said my mic was muted. I came over here to unmute it, and then the first person I see is Salty, and I was like, damn it. But he's coming in with a damn it, Josh. Fitting. Salty put, I was going to pick up the physical, but just read it online. I stopped collecting the run after 3. Glad it makes people happy, but this isn't a must-have for me. Agreed. JK also said, isn't my kind of story. Let's see. And then Salty put, urea can be distilled to make an explosive, but it takes a whole lot of time and pee. Yeah, I don't think we were taking a whole lot of time or pee. I'm pretty sure it was all shit. So, yeah. And let's see what else people are saying here. JK put, seems like having the face in that position would be, I don't know what face or position. Oh, maybe Crocs? Potentially, maybe.
Maybe, mayhaps.
Yeah. And then Salty put, hit that like button despite Josh ignoring everyone in the chat with this shitty microphone. hey, I come to the chat after each issue, to make sure all the comments are there. Because before I was like kind of trying to go to the chat during issues and then I'd be too slow. And I was like, would move on to the next issue and then like 6 chats would come through for the previous issue. And I was like, oh, dang it. And then Salty put, Geek of Comics Geeks is turning into Reddit.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really, really is. And it just really makes you question the mental stability and mental capacity of a lot of these individuals.
The lack thereof, you mean?
Look, yeah, lack thereof as well, yeah.
Yeah. JK put, guess it's the batshit part of it makes it a bat book. You know what?
And there's one part in this, Josh. I don't know if we can go back to this because I'm trying to figure out what exactly happened. Because we see that Bruce is being, I guess you could say, experimented on. He's being injected with shit, but it's like his body isn't taking it, and it's looking like he's escaping every time.
Are you talking about when he looks like he's got like the venom type stuff running through his body?
Yeah, and then he sees his costume hanging up.
Yeah, hold on.
He puts it on and just escapes. I don't understand what's going on. What's going on here? Like, if he's supposed to be imprisoned here, why do you give him the costume to break out? And
yeah,
I don't understand that.
Yeah, so this is kind of where you're talking about it. So he wakes up in his cell. He's clearly been experimented on. You can see the stuff running through his veins. It's day 97, 91, day 91. Bruce is subject 27, so there's been 26 other people they've experimented on.
You get it as Detective Comics 27? That's when he first appeared.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
I get it. He suggests we test 27 one more time. So now it's like Bruce is seeing his costume. He's freaking out about seeing his costume. I guess he thinks his costume is haunting. He's talking to his costume, and then he puts on his costume and runs away.
After seeing him being afraid, I don't understand it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this was supposed to be the test. Was him against all the other mutants experiments?
But why would he bust out of the wall if that was going to be the next? I don't understand. I don't fucking get it.
No, I don't either. And well, it's also like if you did all this experiments to these people, why would you then potentially want to risk killing these mutants experiments with Bruce fight? Like, yeah. But then Wayland comes out, and then they have their rekindling and decide to run away together.
Run away!
Yay! Yeah, no, it's not very clear. It doesn't make a ton of sense. I will say Scott Snyder has a tendency to do stuff like this where there are elements of the story that he has in his mind, but it doesn't really make it to the page. And then he'll talk about his story, and he's like, oh yeah, the basis of this comes from A, B, and C, and this is why you see this, and yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, okay, great, but there's nothing in your script that actually covers that. So I bet if you were to talk about this issue, he would have a lot of stuff to say about filling in what we don't see or is happening and whatever. I'm just like, yeah, it's not here. But yeah, crazy experiments, and I don't know. I'm not a fan. That's all I know. I'm not a fan. So
all I know is you cannot read this and take it seriously.
No, absolutely not. And if you do, I'm concerned.
Yeah, and that's just it. And I want to know who these individuals are who are reading this, taking it very seriously. And it's like, you do realize that was played for comedy, right? You do. It really makes you wonder what they're like in other forms of media whether they're watching a movie or TV show. Do they need a laugh track to laugh? Can they laugh on their own? Can they figure it out? I really, truly believe these are individuals who cannot think critically and understand when they're reading farce opposed to something that's serious.
Yeah. I want to talk about another book that hold on. We got Salty coming in with a $5 super chat saying, legit question for you both. If you could get one Garth Ennis floppy or run signed, what would it be and why? Thanks for letting me derail. Damn it, Josh.
Well, I already did all that. So I met Garth at C2E2. It was the year after they lifted the COVID lockdowns. It was the C2E2. It's when they had pushed it up to like a couple months earlier because the whole all the schedules were jacked up. But I found out he was going to be there back when Aftershock was still in business. Aftershock had him there at their booth, and I brought all of my Punisher on the buy with me. So I brought the Punisher, all the Punisher Max, the Punisher, pre-Max, like the when it was still kind of like a Looney Tunes cartoon type thing he was doing. I got him to sign all of those, personalized them all to me. Love them.
Nice. Yeah, I would say something Punisher. Because I'm gonna be honest, I never actually read The Boys. If I read it, I might feel differently. But
here's the thing about the Boys, Josh. It's one of those things where it's a great idea, but it goes on way too long, way too long. And that's a series that should have wrapped up about 30 issues sooner. And it's like I hate saying it because I remember getting to a point I'm like, feels like we're just treading water here. Not much going on. And it was a good idea, but I really think you're right with the Punisher. That's begins and ends right there with Garth Ennis.
Other than that, I know a lot of people love Preacher. I think it's fine.
Yeah,
good.
Preacher's good. I will say I think I wasn't happy with the ending. I think the ending kind of left me very like, okay. I mean, I think the best moment it peaked when we got to meet the descendant of Jesus, what he had been like, what his life had been through, and one bald guy, how they cut a line through his head and make it look like a penis, and there was crazy stuff that went on in that series. I loved it at a point. I was legit laughing out loud reading that.
Yeah. The one thing I would have to definitely get signed though is that episode of that issue of Batman Reptilian where they mentioned that Killer Croc is a hermaphrodite and had its own baby or
go on, suck on it, go on.
That was the weirdest shit. And I remember at that time I was doing This Week in Batman with Wes, where we would come together each week and cover the different Batman books that came out. And Wes was like, "This is so fucking crazy, it's amazing." And I was like, "No, don't, you're joking." And he's like, "No, it's so batshit crazy. I think it's hilarious." He's like, "No."
It was batshit crazy because you have Batman talking to the Killer Croc like, "Yes, go on, suck on it. Yes." Mm-hmm. It's like, what the hell are we doing here? But what made it even weirder is that it was so beautifully illustrated by Liam Sharp. Yeah, Liam was doing this new painting technique he'd been mastering, and it was beautiful. It was one of the most beautiful, weirdest stories you will ever read in your life.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah, it was really weird. Sure. But yeah, for the $5, I will give you this, senor. Yay!
I one thing I will give Gunn credit. I'm sorry, not Gunn. I'm sorry, Zack Snyder credit for. He made the flying scenes look cooler than. Gunn did.
That there's quite a bit of stuff in Man of Steel that I really like, but I remember being in the theater watching that scene and being like, I remember getting chill bumps. I was like, "Oh, this is so freaking awesome!" Yeah. And then other stuff happened in the later in the movie that I didn't care about. And I was like, "It's okay. I think he's going for the first time we're meeting Superman, he's a little angry and he has to learn to become Superman. And then we followed up with Batman v Superman. And I was like, fuck this shit. Get it out of here. No. But yeah, Salty did say his girlfriend is in the UK meeting him, and I'm sending over floppies. I have several Punishers plus Preacher and Hellblazers, and a couple of Hitman. I'd forgotten about Hitman. Hitman's a lot of fun.
If you're doing Hellblazer, you got to get Dangerous Habits signed by him. Dangerous Habits. It was the movie with Keanu Reeves was based on.
Yeah, Dangerous Habits. Yes, real Superman and not good. Listen, I've got a few CW Superman clips, and if I'm being completely honest, they are more Superman than even the guns. Well, in my opinion, more Superman than the gun stuff.
I'm not afraid to say it again. I know you've heard me say it, Josh. The first 5 minutes of that TV show, Lois and Superman and Lois. And when he says, "Thanks, my mom made it for me," like that is Superman. That is the most Superman moment we've had in the last 20 some odd years.
Drew, are you talking about this clip here?
There you go, friend.
Thanks. Cool costume.
Thanks. My mom made it for me.
It's not hard, folks. It's really not that hard.
It is not that hard.
But yeah, I got a few clips from that series that I like that you might see pop up over time.
I love that. I love that moment. It's just one of the best.
And Salty's giving me sass from I don't need excuses, Josh. I love it. That's from earlier when my mic was being crazy. And Kaiser wants us to talk about World Tree, but sorry, I didn't read World Tree. Did you read World Tree?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm straight up honest with people. I am not a Tiny Onion fan. Now I will say his OG Detective Comics run he had done for Rebirth. I've got all the issues. I got all the hardcover editions. I enjoyed reading that, and he had fantastic artists. Eddie Barrows was one of the artists on that run. Loved it. But after that, I think he really started buying his own hype, and he just became less interesting. Just became, in my opinion, just wasn't a fun writer.
Yeah.
And I'm even more disappointed now because he's going to be doing an Invisible Man series for the Universal Monster books, and I'm like,
oh yeah,
I'm out.
Yep. Because he did Dracula, which was pretty. It looked beautiful, but God, it was boring.
Yeah, it was boring in the sense because it was a straight up. He took the movie script and made it. It just copy pasted it into his comic. That's it. Nothing different. Nothing changed. That was it. It wasn't like Frankenstein. Frankenstein, Dan Waters did was a fucking masterpiece.
Yep.
Dracula sucked.
Yeah, you're saying I get you're mad at Tynan for copying and pasting, but he got a paycheck for copying and pasting. What an asshole.
He did. And I'm shuddering to think how much Boom paid him for the copy paste job.
KG Corey did put I like Man of Steel. Listen, again, there's plenty of stuff in Man of Steel I like, and there's some stuff that I do not like. The whole Pa Kent thing for me pisses me off, and then the scene with Zod should have ended differently. I'll just say that.
And hey, you know what? Michael Shannon as Zod, he was great as Zod.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, there's a lot of stuff I really like about that movie, and then just certain things that I don't. I didn't have as much of a problem with Man of Steel. I didn't really have a problem with Man of Steel. I had problems with BVS and Forward. JK put, I enjoyed Superman taking the kiddo and then a friend.
Nice.
Look, we covered Superman on Tuesday, and I will say that even though we agreed and disagreed on certain things with the panel we had, there's plenty of stuff in that movie that I enjoy.
Yeah.
One of my biggest problems, look, it leans really heavy into like 60s comics. So if that it's not my favorite, but I can respect it, and I'll put that out there. But I think in a lot of ways, Lex I thought was great. In a lot of ways, I liked Nicholas Hoult as Lex. I liked how petty he was. There are many little things that I enjoyed, but some of the parts didn't add up well together for me. Story
You know,
structure was awful.
I'll say, Mr. Terrific, he was fantastic. All right, Guy Gardner, Nathan Fillion was great.
Yeah.
To me, every time I watched it again last night. It's my second time seeing it, and the chick playing Miss Tessmacher and Jimmy Olsen, I think she is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I thought she was great, and Jimmy's just reaction to her, it's even funnier. Just how he's just like, yeah, we could hang out. How much time? A whole weekend. The whole weekend.
The whole weekend. I will say I saw someone tweet something on about Jimmy Olsen in the movie, and they're like, "What the beep? They're making Jimmy Olsen where all these hot chicks like him, and he's getting into weird shit." And they're like, "Bro's never read a comic before." Talking about James Gunn, I'm like, go pick up any Jimmy Olsen comic, and weird, crazy shit's happening.
And he's gotten some. He hasn't gotten as much ass as Daredevil has, but he's got some. Yeah, he's got some impressive ass in the past. So good for him.
But yeah, I always have fun with Jimmy Olsen. I usually am curious to see if they're gonna do something crazy with them. So I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of excited they did some crazy shit with them.
They had fun with it. I laughed at it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I got a kick out of it, and I hope we see more of it.
All right. Salty did say Dracula sucked. Frankenstein was great. Mummy was trash. I also didn't care for the creature. Yeah. The art was rough. The story was okay. It was boring, but the art was so bad on Creature from the Black. Mummy, I read one issue and said, I'm out. So,
yep. Yeah, I was like Kramer putting the money on the table. I'm out.
We had Michael Walsh sign all the covers for Frankenstein. Plus, a head sketch on the blank, bro.
Dude, that's amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah, that was one of my favorite books. I think that was my number 3 book last year. It's number 3 or 4.
Yeah, see, it was up on the list for me too. I had an absolute blast with that series, and it really just shows you what if you're not a hack like James Tynion and you take a timeless film like Frankenstein and you're able to give it a unique twist. It shows you that it can still live. It still lives on. It still transcends that time period when it came out.
Yeah. Let's see. We do have Darth Stud coming in. What's up, Darth Stud? Nice to see you here. He said, "Oh, thanks to whoever gifted me with a membership. Congrats, dude. Happy to have you. If you're not familiar with the channel, I hope you have fun scoping us out or hanging out." And JK agreed she did not like Creature from the Black Lagoon. Just dragged. Yeah, it was pretty darn boring. So, Drewski, we are going to go ahead and go to another book. We probably won't spend a lot of time on this. I don't even know if you read this. I read a few pages and then just skimmed the rest, and that was more than enough. But it is a DC book. Do you have an idea of what it is?
I am going to guess that it was The New Gods.
No, I'm going to say it was the laziest script produced this year for a comic. And it's Wonder Woman.
I did not read this. I did not read it.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
So, you know what? If we did a drinking game concerning how many times we read Mouseman No or Mouseman Knows or whatever we want to say here, we would be dead. I'm just like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They also have the Mice Have Ears. But he repeats this one. Why the beep are we showing Stephanie Brown? What's going on here? But if you think it's like, oh, you just have that repetition at the beginning, no, sir, you are quite incorrect. Mouseman knows. Mouseman knows. Mouse have ears. Mouseman knows. Mouseman knows. Mouseman knows. It's the whole fucking issue, Drew. Singing Mouseman knows. Mouseman knows. Mouseman knows. Mouseman knows. Mouseman knows. Mouse have ears. Not joking. The entire freaking issue is yep. Like, what the? I thought he was lazy when he did his Batman run and was having the bat cat. But how does he get away with this? How does Tom King get away with this? That's what I want.
That is the $1 million question at this point. It just so many years now. I mean, granted, he earned some goodwill initially on Batman and Doom Patrol, Mr. Miracle to a point, but for some reason, there is a significant population of readers, fans of Tom King, that love seeing him take heroes down a peg or two and not bring them back up. They love seeing characters tortured and not, brought back up. I for one, am not one of those.
No.
I don't understand that. For some reason, he just attracts sadists, and he's a sadist himself. The way I see it, he just enjoys torturing people without any way to bring them back up. And that's not good heroic superhero storytelling.
Yeah. And if you're paying attention on all these pages, anything that's not Diana or the Justice League or whatever, it's literally these people either saying mice have ears or mouseman knows. That's all. That is it. That's all the dialogue is. Yeah, I would say he started losing favor during Batman. Some people caught it early on, but I think a lot of people were holding out hope that it was gonna get better, and it only got worse because then you had what was the Crisis one he did?
Heroes in
Crisis. Fuck, that's when he completely lost.
And he is still. I love the fact he is still getting shit for that. That puts a smile on my face because he should never live that down. Rightfully so. No. He should never live that down. And I hope people still hold his feet to the fire for that till the end of time. Much like Rian Johnson with The Last Jedi. I hope they hold his feet to the fire for that until the end of time.
It's like he got I don't know, just that happened, and then it's like he gave up. So
he got that like a Donny Cates, got that massive head, that massive ego. You're on a run. You can do no wrong. You're surrounded by yes people. You're in that bubble. Your editors are pretty much backing off. You can do whatever the hell you want, and that's where Tom King was. He could say, and he kind of is to that point right now, to the point where it's like he's getting all these top name artists to work with him, and it's like he has wasted and ruined a lot of these artists. Daniel Sampry, Clay Mann, we're never going to see him on an ongoing book again. He's wasted. He is gone and done, and it's a shame because wasted on books that no one's ever going to want to read or talk about again. And it's heartbreaking when you think about just these great artists wasted on books that do nothing but tear down characters and don't bring them back up. What he did to Adam Strange, Mr. Terrific, Guy Gardner, Hitman, just the list goes on and on. The damage he's done, and the fact that people enjoy it, I can't take part in that. Yeah,
I mean, tearing the character, and then he would do stupid shit like Harley Quinn single-handedly beats Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman. Like, what are we doing? Catwoman, her reflexes are fast enough that she can punch the Flash. I'm like, what are we doing?
And she wound up, I think, having a fling in that one of the series that she had wound up having a fling with the Joker. I think sleeping with him.
The Batman Catwoman.
Yes,
where it shows him in the future. Yeah. Oh God, that was awful. She was completely just destroyed her character there too, and she's already morally ambiguous. Yeah. So, I do want to share something real quick that Salty sent to me, so I'm going to pull this up. But it's a little picture of that Frankenstein head sketch.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's outstanding.
So that is freaking awesome. That book was just so special. Like, the writing was great. The way he altered the story just ever so slightly was fantastic. But the fact that he was writing and doing art let him tell the story visually in a way that I think sometimes writers don't always know either how to convey to the artist, or they don't trust their artist to let it happen. And he just, like, you can tell he's just like, here is the story 100%. There is no wasted space or moment in these pages.
No.
and
His
beautiful.
layout designs were amazing, and yeah, very talented creator, very talented cartoonist.
I remember just being so bummed it was only 4 issues. So
yeah.
But yeah, Wonder Woman, absolute crap. And even some people that typically praise Tom King or praise the book were a little disappointed with it. Our good old buddy, Rockin' Robbie,
Robbie, the simp of the simps.
full on was like, I hate it. I hated it. This makes me want to stop. He was like, this makes me want to stop reading Wonder Woman, which is crazy because it was one of my favorite books last year. And I was like, the fact that this was ever one of your favorite books is shitty. But yeah, bro.
Says more than anything else. It's like,
oh,
okay.
Yeah. But yeah, over on League of Comic Geeks, it's actually got a relatively low score. Thank God.
Wow.
Because it's at a 3.1. So,
oof.
Yeah. But, it's a book that says Mouseman knows. I need to go through and count how many times it says it. But look, you still got people giving it born. There we go. I want to see what this is. Octavia Super W. You can tell Tom King has never been around women in real life. Beyond pathetic and embarrassing writing, basic art, Batman. I wouldn't say the art was basic. I thought the art was halfway decent. It's just on a shitty story. Batman slopping everything you expect in an average Tom King comic. Imagine how awesome it would be if an actual human being who has passion wrote this book. One who cared for women in Wonder Woman lore. You know what? Octavia Super W, I like you. You seem cool. But I'm sure someone here was like, this is the best thing ever. Oh, God.
Oh, absolutely. And I see them at conventions. And I don't get it. I really don't.
Yeah. Oh God, here's Elite Husky trying to make some type of nonsense out of it, but he put, while the majority of the dialogue was some form of mouseman nose or mice have ears on an island where that is all that is spoken as humans live with giant mice, the parts of the issue with more of the English language as not necessarily better, but the art helps convey the message. Bro, I don't even know what you just said. So you should have just did 5 stars and put Mouseman knows.
So the dialogue may have sucked in this one part, but at least the art picked up to tell the story.
Yeah.
Oh
God. So this Nightwing 72, this was just a fine issue of comics, bro. It was not. And he said, but I think the thing I enjoy the most is the head loss most people reviewing this run have on a month-to-month basis. It's an almost guarantee that if a book has the name Tom King on it, it's getting review bombed. Hate reading isn't healthy, folks. Listen, when you're reviewing comics, especially if you're working, well, look, we don't get actual comic reviews anymore. It's rare. Because so many people have shut down. Well, the publishers have shut down actual comic reviewers. But when you have these fake reviewers that are also disliking it, if that should tell you something. Like, that's all I got to say. Because most of those sites require that you give 7s or above, and then they will give a certain number of exceptions over a certain number of time. And I know that for a fact because I had a few that tried to poach me when I was doing this on the regular. But yeah, shitty story. Not a fan. I can't believe it exists. And Salty Traveling Sea put SJWs love humiliation rituals. That's the Tom King demo. Pretty much.
Like just tearing down male characters. I mean, one of the most egregious examples was what he did to Mr. Terrific in that Adam Strange story, where he ends up confessing that he was glad that his wife and unborn baby died in a car accident. And it's like,
wild.
Tom, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? And because this is a character who had, in previous runs, clearly, especially through Jeff Johns on this JSA run, who expressed how heartbroken and devastated and he was at losing his family, his wife. And now you're taking this twist? No. But I'm really, really glad that DC has pretty much excised that. Like, it never happened. And I think they realized that was not a good decision.
No, it was a terrible decision. You know what's crazy too is like if there's one thing that's become certain, it's that Tom King is a one-trick pony. He's only got one story to tell, and he might dress it up in different ways. But when you look at Omega Man, when you look at even Grayson to a degree, when you look at Miracle Man or Mister Miracle, sorry, um, all of them feature a character that's down in the dumps and depressed. But at least each one of those, well, heck, even Sheriff of Babylon, each one of those features a character really, really reaching the peak of depression, questioning their existence. In the case of Mr. Miracle, questioning whether they should commit suicide. But they, in all of those, they at least pull themselves back out of it. They find their humanity. They find the stuff worth living for. Then you get to these later books, and that just doesn't happen. It's just really shitty people doing really shitty things, never being happy with life. And I'm like,
in his Batman run, in the middle of his Batman run, he had Batman confronting the Joker in a church. The Joker kills people right in front of Batman. Batman, what does he do? Nothing.
yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, and then you have that one weird issue that was, I think it was from the I Am Suicide arc. So the second arc, maybe?
Yeah.
Where he's like, yeah, the only reason I'm Batman is because I know it's going to kill me at some point. Therefore, he pretty much says he's doing it to commit suicide. Not that he's going to do it himself, but because he can't, he knows at some point he will die being Batman. Therefore, it is suicide.
No,
and I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
No, I've always loved the Frank Miller example and approach to it. What his reasoning for it. The Batman story is a romance, and it's like when I say that in the sense that it's kind of like a Robin Hood type story, where it's like he enjoys it. Bruce Wayne, Batman, he enjoys being Batman. He loves being Batman. He wouldn't be doing it if he fucking hated it. He loves it, and that would be my approach to it. This is a guy who loves it.
Yeah. Let's see what else is being said here.
Get the fuck out of here.
You know what, JK, I love it. JK put, not sure what y'all are talking about. Seems to be some of his best dialogue in years.
That's not saying much.
No. And then Salty did put that Wash was super grounded, nice dude. Yeah, I think we're gonna see more of him. So
good.
Darth Stud put, gotta run, but glad this is a great place to catch up on what's going on in comics when I can watch. Awesome, man. Happy to have you here. I hope you enjoyed it, and just come. Don't be a stranger, I guess. Super SP Card fan put, King has been a hard skip for me for quite a while. Same.
Yeah. But somehow he's got either dirt, he's got dick pics on someone at DC to keep.
I don't know if I'm losing you or you roboted. Yep.
Damn it.
No,
I'm at the point now where it's like, I want these DC movie projects to succeed so he can get the fuck out of comics. You know what? Just get the hell out of here. Just get out of here.
Agreed.
And I'm willing to sacrifice, crappy films to get him out of comics.
Yeah. JK put, I enjoyed Grayson. JK, I love Grayson until the Bopsy twins take over at the end. But I think you're spot on with your next comment where you put, but I think writing with someone helped on Grayson. Tom King and Tim Seeley. And I think that they both balanced each other out in the best ways possible. So if you ever told me they were going to co-write a book again, I would actually be quite excited because I'm not crazy about either of them on their own, but I thought there was a lot of really, really good storytelling in Grayson. And then, King's mom was, I think she was an executive at Warner Brother for a time, and then became an executive for like Blu-ray or something. There was something else that she moved into as well.
But yes, he did have an inside track. Yeah.
Yes, 100%. And look, I think anytime you work as CIA, especially if you're in storytelling, that's going to create some lore and interest as well. So, but
Sheriff of Babylon. Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. So, Let's see what else came out this week. Do we want to stick with DC? Did you read New Gods? Is that something you want to talk about, or
I couldn't finish it. It
Okay.
really. It's look. I respect Ram V, but I think he's veered off course on New Gods. And it's just really. I get what he's trying to do, but it's not fun and engaging.
Yeah, that's fair. What is give me a book. I know you mentioned something else that you read that you enjoyed. Oh, it was I was like, I know it was Marvel, but I can't remember what it was, and I remember what it is now. It's what's the World to Come?
Yeah, the World to Come. Yeah, Marvel Knights, the World to Come.
Yeah. I'm pulling it up. So go ahead and start talking about that real quick, Drew, while I get this pulled up.
So to those who may or may not remember, every fan of Black Panther got what they always wanted, which is a white Black Panther at the end of issue 1. And we discovered that the quote unquote son descendant of T'Challa has won in battle and is now the king of Wakanda, and he's white. What?
Oh,
yeah. So, and so the story jumps around a few times. It jumps around in time, but we see the origins of this kid. We see where he comes from. We see who the mom was. I believe who the real dad was. I got a kick out of this whole opening right here with him. I was laughing my ass off. This was hilarious.
This feels like typical Christopher Priest type humor too. So
yeah, plays so well. And yeah, you got the guy on the shooter, doesn't want to go back. He's got his wife there, but she's got the hotter sister, and he's just like, shit. Why couldn't have been me?
Yep.
And I'm sorry, I just love this. She was just ragging on him the whole way through, like to the gas station, and when he goes in, like the car explodes, like something hits the car, and like it explodes with her inside the car, killing her.
It's a freaking top of a pyramid. Like, yeah, it's a wild. When you were talking about, we get the backstory and how he was like made. I was like, so there's a penis and there's a vagina.
The PP and the vajayjay.
Yeah, the DP and the vajayjay. Yeah. So the one thing that I mentioned previously with Christopher Priest is sometimes it takes me a little while to get settled with his cadence in writing, and that's, I don't know if that's always the best way to say it. But you mentioned the jumping around in time. That's still present here, but I do feel like we're getting enough of a grasp on what's going on in the story now that it's not as abrasive as it was in the first issue. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a lot of jumping around, but I think
I laughed my ass.
Cash, no personal checks.
The baby is in a cooler.
Checks. Yeah.
The baby is in a cooler.
Like, what else? I mean, you got to keep the baby cool. It's hot in the South. What are we doing?
Yeah.
And then, I feel like the art actually, strangely enough, looks better this issue too. People are less wrinkly. So.
Yeah, Joe Quesadilla. Yeah, he did a little bit of a better job here. Okay, give him credit.
So do we know how many issues this is supposed to go?
I thought it was like 6, maybe 4 or 6 issues. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess this is just going to be the year of like the only good stuff coming out of Marvel is going to be the mini series, the limited series.
Yeah.
Just between this and Daredevil, Cold Day in Hell, and I feel like there's one more that I'm missing.
Oh, we got the new X event. That new X event. That should be.
Oh,
should have some good stuff. And
you mean the one that's changing all the titles?
You know what? We got to talk about that issue too. Since we're on to Marvel, we got to talk about that opening gambit of an issue that they have.
All right, hold on. I gotta. Which X-Men book are you referring to? Hold on.
Oh, it's like the Age of Revelation, whatever. That masterpiece.
Let me see if I can find it real quick.
But yeah, so that issue of Marvel Knights World to Come, the last page is of that the strapping young lad wearing the Black Panther costume on the throne.
Yeah.
So yeah, white power in Wakanda. How about that?
Oh, shit. And we're canceled. Let's see. Share screen. Come on now.
But I got that was the most brilliant move Christopher Priest, a black man,
Oh.
made on that book.
Yep.
It is brilliant. I love it.
And again, very much. I've told this story before, but I love when I talk to Christopher Priest and they had him come on to Rebirth for, well, for a title. But they called him and they're like, "Hey, it's so and so from DC," and without missing a beat, he responded with, "I'm not doing Cyborg and I'm not doing a black character." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And then they had the same response because he was like, "Yeah, they didn't know what to say. They didn't know what to do because clearly they were gonna try to get me to write Cyborg." So the guy went, "Oh, okay, hey, let us give you a call back, okay?" So they eventually did, and they're like, "Hey, so Dan just wants to know if you could write anyone. Who do you want to write?" And he said Deathstroke. So he got that's how he got Deathstroke,
which was
by
a fun
saying-
series. And he did the Batman versus Deathstroke, which is a fun miniseries.
Yep.
And I remember
who's your daddy arc? Yeah.
Yeah, and when that run came out, he was at C2E2 when that run came out, like the first part, second part came out. He had a line. Holy crap! I distinctly remember he had a massive line, and he got up from his table to look around the corner, and he just said, "My God!" It was hilarious. He was not expecting that big of a turnout for him. But people forget he has been writing for over 30 some odd years.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah.
And one thing I love doing when I'm in line is I love looking at the different books people were bringing to a creator to get signed. And with him, it was everything from like Green Lantern to Quantum and Woody to Deathstroke to Black Panther. He's touched it all, and he is a fantastic writer. And Vampirella, at this point too. So I mean, you really can't go wrong with anything that he has done. Really, I mean, I'm struggling to think of anything that he's written that sucked, and it's like, no, I mean, at the very least, everything's been competent.
Yeah,
and I love this Quantum and Woody run. It's a fun, wild, and crazy take. In this Deathstroke run, yeah, it was absolutely fun. Yeah, so that's my Christopher Priest story.
Yeah,
end of story.
I'm a fan of Priest. JK put that I really enjoyed Priest Deathstroke run. Yeah, it definitely got weird. There's some weird stuff that happened, but at the same time, it's like I could see Deathstroke doing this. So
yeah.
What was it that he did? He like slept with his son's fiance or had an affair with his son's fiance, and I was like,
of course he did.
Oh no, yeah. And then SP Card fan put blonde hair, blue eye. Love it. People were so bent out of shape with that too. Like that blew up. Yeah,
I love it.
Let's go ahead and talk about X-Men real quick. We'll talk about a few things X-Men, but Age of Revelation. Now I'm going to be honest. I missed this week, so I didn't read it. So you're going to have to fill me in.
So this issue, I feel like this should have been a free comic book day edition, honestly, because this is the issue that tells you of what led up to this cataclysmic event in the world, what led up to the world being the way it is. So we see things progressing to more and more crazy in the world, but we really do see Doug Ramsey, who is now Revelation, using his power to. He's using it in a way he never did before. He never could before. It's to the point where he's able to brainwash people and getting them to do what he wants them to do.
Yeah.
So we see him making deals, especially with Cyclops later on, and it's just very villainous, heinous acts that they do with the X-Men. You know, whether it's attacking government installations, government facilities, killing federal agents, doing all this stuff. It's like it's a bit too far.
Yeah. I'm just gonna make a quick note. I really do not like the lettering in this issue, but
no.
Carry on.
No, it's not good. And Humberto Ramos is art in this. It's okay. It's good.
I will say, like, seeing this now, it makes sense why they had a whole issue devoted to Revelation and who was it? Revelation and crap. Why can I think of the other characters' names? The other three or the other two? These two.
Warlock and
Yeah,
other girl
person. Yeah. Because remember we were talking about that last time. We're like, why the beep are we getting an entire issue devoted to these three? Well, it makes sense now. So.
Yeah, but and at the same time, look, I know Warlock, and it's Warlock would never, ever, ever do this.
Agreed.
But so Doug, to get more power, he needs more power. Like Christopher Walken in Batman Returns, he needs more power. He needs Fabian Cortez to boost his own power, because Fabian Cortez, his power is that he's able to boost mutants' abilities. You know, kind of like give them like a steroid injection. You know, and
quick little high, man. Just take it. You'll be fine.
Get a little high. And he does that to Doug Ramsey. So yeah, he brainwashes Cyclops and others into getting him to do what he wants him to do, attacking federal installations, attacking the humans. And yep, there they are. Okay, so this is just like with Absolute Batman. It's hard not to laugh at this when you have Doug Ramsey leading the X-Men. It's just thinking about look, Cypher leading the X-Men. That's a joke.
Yeah. But I mean, Drew, Scott stepped down. So, you know, I mean,
but look at this team. Look, how can you take this team seriously? Jesus.
I mean, Magneto clearly doesn't have leadership qualities to lead the X-Men.
You have Magneto in the background? What the hell are we doing here?
As well as Beast. Yeah, this is weird. I don't know what we're doing here, but it's weird. Yeah, I'm kind of okay. I mean, I'll probably end up going back and reading this just so I'm aware of what's going on, but I'm kind of okay the fact that I did.
And so we get this virus that's spread. It's either turning humans into mutants, or or killing them. I think that's what it is. Yeah, it gets into everything: food, water, air, all that, and yeah.
You said it's turning human, like it's basically like mutating humans, but they can't. It's ultimately killing them in the end.
Yeah, well, some survive, some don't.
So it's kind of like the plot of X-Men 2000, the movie.
Yeah.
Just you don't have Wolverine creating a machine in the.
And they wound up turning like Philadelphia or whatever into the new Krakoa, but they don't say it out loud. They don't say it out loud.
Oh, of course not, because we're past Krakoa.
Yeah.
Despite the what was it? The remembering Krakoa.
I think it's here. I think it's on this page. I think it's actually on this page where they say like they didn't say Krakoa. They didn't want to say it because they didn't.
Oh, it's a mutant land.
Yeah.
This land has changed, like the people who lived here, who continue to live here. It is not what it was before, and never will be again. It is a mutant land. Oh gosh. Where are you going? I'm going to mutant land, man. Mutant land. No humans welcome. This.
There it is. Yeah, scroll up. Yeah.
Oh, but Krakoa's memory was okay. Hold on.
Yeah, no one said it out loud, but Krakoa's memory was still fresh. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. No one said it out. Okay. Yeah. No one said it aloud. No one dared whisper its name, but Krakoa's memory was still fresh in the minds of so many. This is very clearly an insert from the writers that still think that Krakoa was something special and amazing.
Yeah.
When literally practically everyone else in comics was going, yeah, no, that was shit, and this is shittier.
Yeah.
So
you're bringing it back under another name. You know, that's all you're doing, and that you're not helping.
No.
You're just appeasing the 5 psychos on Reddit, you know, who don't want it to die. Congratulations.
Congrats. But I do believe at the end of this issue we get a tease because I guess we're taking a break from all the titles that are current titles and we're getting different titles in their place. Is that correct?
That is correct. And Wolverine design is fucking stupid. God, it just.
What do you mean, man? It's got look at that adamantium face he's got.
it would grow fucking back. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. But
No, it doesn't.
whatever. Nothing makes sense. Nothing matters. But yeah, there you go. You got your.
Yeah, Amazing X-Men, Unbreakable X-Men, Expatriate X-Men, The Last Wolverine. Who the beep is Binary? Come on. Cloak and Dagger. Oh, it says Cloak
it's
or Dagger.
Yeah, because
Cloak
we
or
discovered that
Dagger.
both can't be on the same plane of existence at the same time or
Stupid.
something. Whatever. Yeah.
We've got Iron and Frost. Oh, Jesus Christ. Laura Kinney Sabretooth, Shoot Me Now. I saw a picture of that and I was like, Jesus Christ. Long Shots, Omega Kids, Radioactive Spider-Man, Rogue Storm, Sinisters 6, not Sinister 6, but Sinisters 6, Undeadpool, X-Vengers, and I guess X-Men Book of Revelation. Yeah. Drew, do you think this is gonna shake the comics world and be a total hit for this is gonna be the biggest, bestest X-Men thing ever?
No.
Oh.
So if you're watching this and you don't know what's going on, you guys don't know the situation right now, numbers wise, the X titles are in the shitter. This is the truth. This is the god honest truth. The X titles, after this relaunch, after everything they've done, the numbers are in the fucking shitter. And this is their desperation right here. Some type of big event to get people back on board. And look, okay, I understand you're trying to capitalize on Age of Apocalypse from, at this point, 30 years ago, under a different name. But instead of Apocalypse, we got Cypher. Isn't that even cooler? No, you have a lame villain now. Congratulations. And on top of that, what made Age of Apocalypse cool as well is that you had talented artists, legit talented artists, who were great character designers. And a lot of those designs were fucking cool. Here, these suck. You compare what Cyclops looks like in this to Age of Apocalypse, what Wolverine looks like in this to Age of Apocalypse, these are fucking lame. These are just lazy sketches that do not work. And we're really seeing the depleted talent pool there at Marvel right now, especially in the X-Men office. And look, if they think this is really okay, so I'll give them this: the first issues, I guarantee the first issues will probably do well, without a doubt. But after that, there's going to be a steep decline. I guarantee you. Once people realize that they got Eve Ewing and the other gang of idiots writing these books, nothing is going to happen. Nothing massive or significant is going to happen.
No. We are getting to see some of the design concepts here. I will say I don't mind the wolf aside from the mask. I hate the mask, but I don't mind the fact
that's his face. It's not a mask. That's his fucking face.
Oh well, I don't like that, but I don't mind the feudal Japan influences here. That's fine, but everything else just looks generic as all get out. Like Wolverine or Dark Beast or someone else. It's like, okay, well, clearly it looks like Beast wearing Wolverine's costume. Unless it's like Wendigo or something. And then Laura Kinney as Sabretooth is an absolute no, get out of here. What are we doing?
That just looks lame and stupid.
Yeah, zombie Deadpool. Stupid. Cable, I mean, sure. Yeah. And it's like, I hate how they're writing this. Is that techno-organic virus or something related to Warlock? It's trying to be so cheeky and cute. And there was a time when with comics, the main point was to tell a good story. And I think that has been completely thrown out the window, especially in the X office.
Yeah.
I think that's
and part of the problem is, Rob Liefeld stated this, I think September last year.
I think so.
Yeah, Marvel had attempted to get they contacted every A and B lister to come on board to the new X-Men relaunch, and how many of them said yes? 0.
Yeah.
0 said yes. 0 wanted to come on board. And so who did they have to get? The C, D, Z listers. You got Gail Simone, Colin Kelly, and Jackson Lansing. You got Eve Ewing. It's just you get what you paid for. Congratulations.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Well, and there's a point where Perch had even released like all the names of people that had said no, and it was like Jesus. Like,
It was a
I
big
mean,
list.
it
Big
was
list.
yeah. I think there was like 20 to 25 people that had turned it down at one point, and I was like, sheesh, man, like this is crazy. And some of them were like desperation, like they even went back to like Brian Michael Bendis to be like, hey, will you come back and do this? And he's like, no.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro,
I'm
that's
gonna say, despite um, at the same time, I would rather have this crew than have Brian Michael Bendis on board.
agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. I'm not. Yeah. I mean, look, it's all shit, but they've got to figure something out, and they've got to chill with. They're gonna look. There's a point where you can ruin these brands, and it's gonna take 5 to 10 years to recover. And they're reaching that point where they're at that point of ruination. So
Yeah, and on top of that, you can't renew something if you're still trying to be in that original position too. It's like,
yeah,
okay, do you want to move beyond Krakoa or do you want to still stay there? Because how I'm reading it, and especially in this event, you guys still want to be with fucking Krakoa.
yep.
It's like, if you want to be there, you're not going to move on. You're not going to be successful.
Yeah, I mean, look, and I get they said that they're moving on multiple times, but they've done anything but like any chance they can go back to Krakoa, they do it. So it's very clear that they're not moving on and don't want to move on. But you know what? Hey, if you want to keep squandering your cells, keep squandering your cells. I want to hit up comments before we look at another X book. But Salty Traveling Sea put the unbelievable depths of this idiotic Cartoon Network reject X-Men and its garbage art. Yeah. SP Card fan put Luke Cage is gonna have a shit fit when he finds out about Black Panther. Bro, you didn't hear? Luke Cage in this universe is also white. No, I'm kidding. That would really piss people off. They'd be like, burn it down. Salty Traveling Sea put, for real though, the art is right out of Trapper Keeper in 8th grade in 1985. And then hold on, it cut his comment off. But he put, how are these artists even called artists? Because Marvel cannot afford actual artists.
Yeah.
That's the reality. That's why we're not getting quality talent on books anymore. It's because they can't afford to pay them. That's why you see so many comics that'll bring in like, a good artist for 1 to 3 issues and then go to a different artist. Or they, like, if it's a 5-issue run, they'll have the good artist do issues 1 and 2. A really shitty artist that's cheap will come in and do issues 3 and 4, and then the good artist will do issue 5 to wrap up the story. It's because they can't afford to pay them to do the entire run. But if they were smart and decided to just, we're going to bite the bullet and pay this artist to do this, you might actually have people keep their interest to collect it, and then hopefully, people would buy it long term. But these people don't really seem to plan. So
no.
Kaiser Jose has to bounce. See you later, good sir. Have a good night, and we will see you next week on Tuesday. Darkstead came back. He's like, back. I collected the Age of Apocalypse comics. At the time, Nightcrawler looked so awesome in that.
Yes, he did.
And he did put storytelling is falling short in all areas these days, it seems. Agreed. I mean, outside of very few examples with the big two, and I mean, aside from indies, which seem to be doing quite well at the moment, storytelling is rough.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then Salty's coming in pretty much saying that Transformers, Feral, Savage Sword of Conan, and several Ghost Machine and Mad Cave titles are good and worth reading. So, yeah, I will second everything that he has here as worth checking out for sure. And then Darth said, if like this is our weekly show that we do, that we kind of talk about the week's releases. So this is we're a little irreverent with some of the stuff. But once a month we do a show called Top 5 Comics, and we list the top 5 general comics. Actually, we usually do like 10 to 15, and then our top 5 debuts from the month. So if you want to condense like what should we read, definitely go check out those videos. Salty put, so the idea that never occurred to Marvel to do half as many titles with twice as good artists. And so I have brought this up trying to understand how they don't understand this. And the explanation that is given to me is they are not necessarily looking at it as if we do less titles, we will save enough money to be able to afford the better writer and the better artist for this book. The way they look at it as we have to comp this many books, and that's how they're looking at their numbers of trying to match or increase the number of issues that they have on the stand, because it's not just about making the money, it's about making sure we take up space so other people can't make money. It is the most retarded approach to business that I think I've ever seen. And just so we're clear, that was legitimately a Marvel I almost said producer, but it's not an editor. That is a Marvel editor that said that. The way they approach this is comping the number of titles that are out and making sure they are taking up as much space on the stand, because their belief is if it's on the stand, people are going to buy it. And I'm like, yeah, but if it sucks, as you are clearly seeing, people are not going to buy it.
But it has a Momoko cover.
You know what? I'll give Peach Momoko credit for. I'll give Peach Momoko credit that she's the only artist out of all the what is that? It's not absolute. It's ultimate. Out of the ultimate line, that's actually done every issue of the book. Granted,
yeah,
her art is very minimalistic. So, but better than Chichetto, who does. Look, Chichetto's by far a better artist, but I hate that Chichetto does like two issues and then bells for like 2 issues, then does 2 issues, then bells for like 3 issues. I'm like, bro, just do it. Anyway, that's enough ranting on that. Is there anything you want to rant on about this weird event that's clearly not going to do anything?
No, and they're really sticking. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. They're sticking with the same methods, same routines, same teams. There is no change. And if anyone is reading these books expecting big change, it's not going to happen.
No, not at all. And SP Card Fan put, I'm already confused with all the new X-Men titles. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Salty put, so Marvel needs to make a quota, and they meet their quota with shit no one wants. Yeah, I was just at my LCS and tons of Marvel unsold, more tons in backstock. DC has more space and is selling. So, and this is where I'm saying that their approach and what they're trying to do is ludicrous. My local comic shop, my owner, pretty much said he only orders about half, if that, of Marvel titles to put on the shelf. And other than that, he's not going to order it unless someone requests it or puts it for their pull box, because he's like, it's not going to sell. And quite frankly, if they're dropping, 80, 90 plus titles in a month, he's like, even if I just get one issue of those to put on the shelf, if I'm buying 45 issues of a single comic, spread out between the different titles, and those all get left over from month to month, then I am losing money drastically. And I was like, yeah, man, I get it. Like, I get it. Drew, quick question though, just because I'm curious to hear your take. Yeah. How long before you think they relaunch X-Men again?
See here, it's July 2025. I'm gonna say probably another year. I think they're gonna give a year.
I was gonna say by the end of 2026, we will either know about a relaunch or they will be relaunching. Yeah, which is sad, but get your shit together.
I mean, what do you expect? You get what you paid for, and if for some reason they were expecting Claremont level storytelling from these storytellers, they're huffing a lot of glue, or they're just that damn stupid.
Yeah. Yep. I think they're, it could be both. I mean, the glue that they're huffing is Elmer's glue, so they're really not getting anything off of it, but they think they are. So yeah.
Or maybe they're like Tom Green and the Freddy Got Fingered. They're in they're in the cheese sandwich shop, and they got like one of those jalapeno peppers up to their nose, and they're just like,
freaking Tom Green, man. He was so weird but so funny.
Yes, he was. I love that show. Love that movie.
Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausages? Salty put, if I do buy the rare Marvel title, it's because of a variant cover with an artist I love, and to get it signed for that cover, I will never open the book. Yeah, I again, there's a few things that I've read that I enjoy. Like I did mention that Daredevil Cold Day in Hell I'm really enjoying. Shoot, what else the gosh, I keep forgetting the title. The one we just talked about. The future is now. Is that the world?
The world to come.
The world to come. Yeah, got the freaking title. I could never remember that title. That is good so far. I can't think if I'm another Marvel title that I'm like, yeah. So take it for what you will.
Yeah.
We also have Darth Stud coming in with $4.99. Great recommendation. In the middle of packing to move, so I'm flipping through my old Wizard mags from the 90s, and it's got me nostalgic for comics.
Nice.
Man, Darth, you could probably spend hours talking to Drew about those old Wizard magazines. So
yeah,
he is a huge fan of those. And I'm not to say that I'm not, I just don't know them like Drew does. But yeah, that's awesome, man.
And if just a YouTube recommendation, but if you do love Wizard magazine, look for the Cartoonist Kayfabe YouTube channel. It's still up. They don't do new videos anymore since Ed Piskor killed himself last year. But they had a segment where they reviewed every Wizard magazine, like from issue 1 up until Ed's death, which was like issue 60 something. But they go through each and every issue, given their own commentaries and the different segments and articles. It is awesome, fascinating stuff. I have gone through every video of their Wizard YouTube reviews at least 5 times, because they're great background noise. It's great, interesting stuff behind the scenes, stuff that they get into.
Nice. Also, I will say, good luck packing, man. Moving is one of my least favorite things.
It's a bitch.
Yeah. But hopefully it's for good reasons, and that you have fun. Kind of, I will say, when you're packing and you have the time to kind of look through some of the stuff that's been tucked away, that nostalgic aspect can be a lot of fun. So hopefully you have fun doing that, man. And then for the $4.99, I will give you, let's see. Let's go with, oh man, I'm looking. Should we do it? Most of the new stuff is Superman, because I was going to try to use it for the Superman video, but yeah, let's go with this. We got another CW, Tyler Hoechlin Superman, which,
oh, nice.
Why not?
Yeah.
We haven't formally met. I'm Lois Lane.
It's nice to meet you, Miss Lane.
And you are who exactly? Mr. Metropolis? Red and Blue Man?
Is it showing?
I'm sure you'll come up with something. Who was that?
Superman.
Could you not see it?
No.
Chat, could you see it? I'm just sitting here like an idiot for 25 seconds. I can see it on my end, so let me know if you couldn't see it. Whoops. Well, for context, Drew, it's when she decides to call him okay, yeah, they saw it. It's when she decides to call him Superman. But she's joking with him, and she's like, so what am I supposed to call you, Mr. Metropolis, Red and Blue Man? He's like, I'm sure you'll think of something. And he flies off, and then there's like a city member that goes, who was that? And she goes, it's just with the most like I don't want to say admiration like wow, but like understated admiration and just pureness of going, that's Superman. And I don't know, I like that. So we are gonna pull up another X book, and it's definitely an X book that is just changing the history of comics, and
For the better.
for the better, because we have the bestest ever mutant that has ever been made coming into these stories, and of course it's Miss Marvel.
Oh
And
God.
this week we're going to the House of M. Okay, so look. I'm gonna say I hate I don't know why Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly keep getting work.
Same. It's that the Tom King effect. How the hell do they keep getting work? And
Yeah.
And like you said, I'm sure they're nice guys. I'm sure they're fun to have at parties, but that doesn't mean you should be working on every fucking book, and especially big events like this, or not just that, retconning history to fit this square peg into a round hole.
Yeah, well, it's like they keep and this continued, multi-year effort of trying to make Kamala Khan resonate or important or a staple or whatever you want to call it, because I mean it's going across the board. Like they had this idea of like, oh, we're gonna tell the story with her and Legion, and she's gonna go back through all the like big stories of the X-Men. But they're taking like full arcs, condensing it down to like roughly a 40-page comic, and everything that goes on that's interesting in those stories gets completely pulled here, and you just deal with nonsense. And then the heavy-handed writing from these two Bopsy twin retards, like her yelling there'll be zero hate crime, like I just and look, I've said this before, I think Kamala on her own, especially when she debuted, was a fine character. The problem was they decided to go, oh, this should be the like Mount Rushmore character for us, and we just keep getting it shoved down our throats. So now we're in this House of M world where no one remembers that they're mutants, and it's this whole thing going on, and she's freaking out because she thinks she broke the universe, which I don't know why she wouldn't be thinking that from every other time period that she's jumped to. Like, it just, none of this makes sense. It's nothing but a cash grab. I haven't enjoyed any of these.
It's a cash grab and trying to make her integral to all of these events in X-Men history.
Yeah. But yeah, I skimmed this for a few pages, and then I just was mad and decided to stop because I was reading this on my lunch break, and I think I got 7 or 8 pages in, and I was like, yeah, no, you know what, I can't. There's already other stuff going on at work that I don't need this in my life. But I am curious. Did you read the full thing or no?
No, I didn't. I couldn't.
It's so. I'm gonna try to get towards the end to see if I can see how they choose to wrap up the story, if it'll load. Oh, I think is this one of those weird, like we're giving you a teaser? Oh, and I guess wait. Why is it saying Giant Size X-Men number 2? Because these have all been Giant Size X-Men number 1.
Yeah.
Oh, it goes back to okay, gotcha. So we're going back to the actual just Giant Size X-Men to finish the story.
Yeah, quote unquote story. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So everyone, I guess, at some point came back. Kamala must have done something at some point to help people come back to their senses and said, who was it? Luke Cage and Wolverine that made it happen in the original? I'm trying to remember.
Say that again?
Who in the original House of M? Who was it that kind of like broke through or realized that stuff was wrong?
It was Wolverine.
Yeah, and Wolverine, and then like Luke Cage, I think, joined them, and right.
Eventually, it's slowly disseminated. I think eventually Spider-Man, but initially it was Logan who realized something was wrong.
But I read the first few pages, and for the sake of my own sanity, I decided I wasn't going to continue reading. So the art, I guess, is fine in this issue, though. Like, I don't hate it. it's better than a lot of the other art we're getting today. So I guess take that for what it is. Go ahead.
Kamala. I mean, look, Kamala Khan. She just looks frumpy the whole time. There's nothing super heroic about her this whole book. She just looks like a frumpy, angry 20-something jackass, and there's nothing cute, charming, respectable about that. I don't like it. There's nothing visually appealing about that. This is a visual medium.
Yeah, I think they tried to make Kamala. I mean, it's clear they tried to make Kamala this like every girl insert. So like the what's her nuts name from Twilight? Bella. Was it Bella? Is it Bella Swan? Yeah, whatever Bella's name is, Bella, whatever that character. Like, there's been this like need to make all these other leading characters that the every girl that's normal and not so pretty and just your average little lady, and that's what they're trying to do with Kamala, but it doesn't work.
No.
And I think had they stuck with what the original plan was of like, she's not a leading character, she's not meant to be a leading character, she's discovering her power, she's making a lot of mistakes. If they had just ran with that for a good 5+ years, people's outlook on Kamala Khan would be completely different. But what's her nuts? The who's the chick that helped create it? I'm having like major like
who helped create what?
Kamala, the producer, the editor that's now producer.
Oh, Sana Amanat?
Yes. Manamana. Samana Amanat. Amanat. Samana Amanat. Amanat. Samana Amanat. She just, this is controversial, people are gonna unsubscribe, but she just slept her way to the top so she can make this character more than she is.
I was unaware of that. I was unaware of that angle with her. I knew she had political ties. Her family had political ties to the Obama administration, but that makes it even more interesting now.
Oh, I don't know if she actually did. What was that scandal that came out about her though? Like, because it was when she got fired, there was some information released. But I was just saying, I was just saying that to be silly. I don't know if she actually slept her way to the top, but I wouldn't be surprised. So, but there was that, I can't remember what the scandal was. There's stuff about her that came out. Because when she got announced that she was producer for some of the Marvel show stuff, I was like, really? Like, she's still around?
I'm gonna have to look this up now. This is even more interesting.
I know, I'm trying to. Sana Amanat. What's the scandal? I remember Wes covered this at one point, but I can't. It was just HR complaints and unprofessional behavior, but I can't remember if they were. Maybe it was coming from Perch that had mentioned stuff. So there was something going on. But yeah, she moved up very quickly. I will say that
she moved up very high, very quickly, much faster and higher than most people in the comic book industry would ever get to, and it almost unwarranted, it to the point where it's like, is this right? Is this legal? Is this fair? And it's just raises a lot of questions and eyebrows to her legitimacy of being in those positions.
Yeah. I got some great comments here that I got to pull up. But Salty put, I really, really, really hate this art. Yeah. I still, again, I made the comment that it looks better than some of Marvel stuff today. I will stand by that, though.
It's not a high bar.
No, at all. That's in no way is that a compliment. It's just that it wasn't total shit. Salty Traveling Sea put, tired of the forced gay female Browning in every single IP, regardless of the medium. Yeah. We got Salty coming in with, why does Wolverine look like he's a divorced middle school football coach with ED?
Isn't that funny doing that to male characters who are alpha males?
Yeah. Oh, so I was right. Bella Swan. It is Bella Swan. Oh God. Listen, I fucking hate Twilight, and my ex loved it. That should have been the sign right there. Like, just burn it down. It's not worth it. Run away. Unfortunately, I found that out like a few years in because it didn't come out till after we were together. Anyways, he also put Twilight was written about where I live, so tread lightly. It's still a regional tourist draw for tens of thousands of morons.
Wow.
I look location wise, Forks I think looks really cool. Like a ton of trees, you know, a heavily wooded area. I think location it's a banger. Just the book is the books are not the stories are not good. I'll put it that way.
And I keep forgetting, honestly, that how many sites, actual locations are visited annually by fans. Like I do know for a fact in California that the home from the movie, the house from Halloween, or the Myers house, that's visited frequently. And apparently, the people who own that home are pissed off. They don't like fans seeing the home. They want people to just keep going. But
I mean, here's the deal. If you're in LA of all places and you buy a home that's one of those homes, people are going to come look at it. A recent one that people have been going to visit is the murder house from the first season of American Horror Story. A lot of people go visit it. Yeah, but it's a nice old looking house.
Yeah.
I know that where I worked downtown, it's literally a warehouse, but it's used as the exterior for the bar for Always Sunny in Philadelphia. We would see people there taking pictures, and then literally like a block down from it is a bar called Villains that was used in House of Cards and somewhere else that people would also go take pictures in. It just, if you have that and people can access it, they're gonna go take pictures. So yeah. Let's see. But yeah, no, I look, Twilight is written for tweens and teens, and I'm perfectly fine with that. What blows my mind are the adults that are still obsessed with it. And the only reason that bothers me is because they're obsessed with it in the regards of, you know, Bella and Edward are this like peak example of relationships, and it's the most unhealthy relationship I think I've seen outside of like Joker and Harley. Just not good.
Just that toxic.
So Sana Amanat is connected to Obama, who soon should be tried for treason. You know, the dude, look, you had the Arab Spring in Syria, and then the dude won a Nobel Peace Prize regardless. So
hey, he was also the deporter in chief.
Yeah,
people give the current administration flack, but people don't realize the millions of people that were deported under Obama. It is ridiculous. Look into those numbers. It's no joke.
It's true. Call me Kurt Angle. It's true. It's true. Yeah, okay, that's what it was. It was a harassment towards men. I knew there was some scandal there, and I couldn't remember what the details were. But yeah, so maybe not sexual harassment. Maybe she did, but yeah, craziness. Apparently Darth Stud is amused. Listen, every now and then I just say what I think, man. Like, sorry about it. And then JK is going to bed. Good night, JK. I had a lot of fun with you. Get some rest, and we will talk to you soon. Oh, okay. So he was joking. The books are, it's the books and stuff are garbage. But oh, and then the house that they use for the film in Forks has a do not trespass sign. I'm not lying though. I do like. So I almost took a job in Washington before I left Los Angeles. And everyone was like, "Oh no, you're gonna hate the weather. You're gonna hate the weather." I'm like, I love overcast. I love rainy. I just didn't want to put up with Seattle. If I'm being honest. And then Darth said, I have a friend who lives down the street from Ferris Bueller's house in Long Beach, California.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome. Yeah. I'm wanting to say they used it for 90210 and Buffy, but that high school gets a lot of. Is it Torrance High School? I think a lot of people go to Torrance High School to take pictures. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff you can go to, and just it's cool. And
the mansion where from Batman 66 How many different movies and shows has that mansion been in?
Oh yes, yeah, true. Same with the. I think they only used it for interiors, but the mansion for Batman in the Tim Burton's Batman. God, I can't think of what that place is actually called, but I did an event there, and I remember while doing the event there, I was like freaking the fuck out the entire time because I'm like, this is Batman's mansion, this is Wayne Manor. Ah! So yeah, I think I was doing an event with my friend Luciano who had a club, and I helped him do a bunch of events. But that one, he was like, "What is wrong with you?" I'm like, "It's it's the Wayne Manor, man."
It's fucking Wayne Manor.
Yeah. So, gosh, good times, good times. Let's look to comics real quick. See if we can cover a few more things. Did you happen to read? I know you've been really big on Ninja Turtles. Did you read Ninja Turtles from this past week?
I did. I thought it was okay.
Okay, let me
Yeah.
pull it up real quick before I get to some more bad Marvel stuff. Shoot, where did it go? There we go. So just okay, so you've really been liking this book for a while. What took it from being good to just okay?
That's good. I mean, I don't want to say it felt like I was treading water, but maybe I need to read it again. But just they're in prison and just really just kind of getting the lay of the land and everything. The art once again is great. Yeah, so you got Raph in prison, just
Yep.
roughing people up. It's great visually. Love that page. Love that panel.
Yeah. So you like, I guess for you just felt like it kind of lost some of its momentum.
Yeah, just kind of just transitioning into like the next stuff going on and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I think when you read these books monthly, it can feel like it's slow, and then if you ever, which I fully believe this is going to get collected and they're going to push the hell out of this collection. And
Yeah.
I bet when you read it as a collection, kind of like what we were talking about with Philip Kennedy Johnson's his Superman run.
Yeah.
Like when you read it as a collection, like, oh, it just feels like a banger.
Yes, it does.
So, but yeah, Juan Ferreira's art, this is the best the Ninja Turtles has ever looked. So, and I love, yeah, especially with how the series started with all of them all in different places, and you had your own issue kind of focusing on each one. It's nice to see them all together. But
yeah,
I'm curious to see how long their run goes for before Jason Aaron calls it quitsies. Because I've mentioned this before, but we know he's not writing it anymore. But we don't know when it ends.
I think it's probably gonna be like issue 12. I'm sure.
Yeah, but that's just 2 more issues. Like, do you feel like we get a good wrap up in 2 issues? Or, I mean,
I hope so. I hope so.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, we'll see, and then I'll be curious to see what happens after that. But yeah, still ultimately probably the best Ninja Turtles has been in a good while.
Yes, you're correct. I would say at least. I mean, look, before this, The Last Ronin, Volume 1. This run and that
yeah,
are the 2 that stand out. Everything else, no.
I kind of view The Last Ronin as an Elseworld type thing. Not, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because it's the future and but as far as like mainline continuity, The Last Ronin is freaking fantastic. But as far as mainline continuity, I think this is the best Ninja Turtle.
Oh, hey, Dad, towel rack. So yeah, the issue that TMNT, it's fine. Not great. It's fine.
Yeah, I was over here just waiting for that little thing to pop up so I could unmute my mic, but it takes like 30 seconds for it to like register to be like, hey, your mic's not working. No shit, Sherlock. Fucking mute it. I did want to bring up, so we get not a follow-up. Well, I guess follow-up. G.I. Joe. We get the continued story of our 2 ladies, Baroness and said Barbie, and it's not Barbie. It's my brain is shot today. I can't remember why. Why can't I think of her name? The blonde.
CoverGirl.
Yes. There we go. So any thoughts on this continued story? Kind of carrying on from where we left off with them. They're on their kind of like own adventure.
Again, I thought it was good. I wouldn't say it was great.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. That was just a solid good issue.
It's I would say that between the last 2 issues in this, they've been good palate cleansers. Hopefully to then go into some big banger action stuff.
Yeah.
Is that fair? Would you say that's fair to say?
Yeah, and it's like another kind of like also in the B and C plot we're seeing stuff with the Transformers going on, which is good.
Yep. But still some fun action. More of a character focus, some plot progression. It's doing a lot of things right. But I will say I'm ready to get back to like the mainline story. Like I had fun with the aside. Hopefully this is this is it, and we jump back to see what Duke and everyone else is up to. Because what is it, 2 more months, and then Kirkman's taking over on Transformers, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It's July. Yeah, it's gonna be like around September, October. We're gonna be getting Kirkman.
So I do feel that all of this is preparing for whenever they take over that book, and I think we're gonna just see. I mean, they've been slowly integrating these crossovers more and more. It was like they teased it very early on in these books to kind of go like, "Hey, like this is gonna be coming," and then we focus on the main stories and plots. And now with all their titles, we're starting to see G.I. Joe stuff kind of in the Transformers area, and then Transformers and the G.I. Joe stuff more frequently. So
well, and not just that. One thing I'm noticing, Josh, is that we're starting to see crossovers across brands now and across publishers. So we're seeing Deadpool and Batman.
Oh God,
on
yeah.
top of that, we're getting, I think it's Gargoyles in Batman, or I think it's we're getting that soon.
It wasn't. See, that would have been cool. It wasn't that. It was Gargoyles and. Oh gosh, hold on, because I was like, why are they doing this crossover? Gargoyles. Hold on. Oh man. Oh, I guess it was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It looks like.
TMNT. Yeah. Well.
Hold on, I could be wrong. They just announced this. Why are there not news articles on this? Let's see. Oh, it was the Fantastic Four. That's what it was. That I was like, why? Why, of all things, why the Fantastic Four with the Gargoyles? To me, that is the weirdest combination ever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess it makes sense because Gargoyle is Disney now, but oof. I don't think that's quite gonna be quite the pull that they're hoping for.
Yeah,
and I love the Gargoyles, but I don't know. Lately, it hasn't been great.
Bold strategy, Cotton. We'll see if it works. See if it pays off for him.
For sure. Oops, kind of giving away some spoilery goodness there, but yeah, no. I will say overall, I'm still having fun with G.I. Joe. And I definitely not bad. And I don't want to sound negative or like a naysayer. I'm just ready to get back to the. I'm ready for my testosterone.
Yeah, it's just look. I mean, this is what makes us, uncompromised reviewers. We're able to discern between great, good, and bad.
Yeah,
it's just good.
Yeah. Are you still there? Did I lose you?
I'm here. Yeah, I'm here.
Let me actually let me stop sharing and then let's hop over to the comments real quick because there's a lot of looks like TMNT stuff and then other thing. Let's see. Oh, okay, yep. So as far as high school, Torrance High School, dude, you graduated from Torrance High School. That's pretty freaking awesome. Um, I one of my biggest regrets as someone who is as big of a Buffy fan as I am, the 10 years that I lived in LA, I never went to Torrance to go see that high school. So
Say
I
what?
I know. Just I I I guess when I go visit, I'm just gonna have to make it happen, which I totally will. But um, let's see. The new Turtles was a bridge issue, yeah. Let's see. Last Ronin, Lost Year's run was great in my honest opinion. I feel like I
Yeah.
read the first issue of the Lost Years and then was like, I'll check out the collection. But I haven't yet. So and then Darsud put not all amalgam crossovers worked in my honest opinion. But would be interested to see some other brands mixing things up.
If they did a relaunch of the Amalgam universe, that'd be fucking awesome. But I think
Yeah.
the problem is with that, I think it'd be expensive because I guarantee you there's probably some like residuals there
Yep.
has to be paid out to bring back those characters, which is why we haven't seen a lot of the Malibu characters. We haven't seen any of them since Marvel bought them out because of the residual deals. Because a lot of those characters, like Sludge, Prime, and the others, you'd have to be paying out a lot of those creators and creators' families to use those characters again, and it all comes down to money.
Mm-hmm. It does. It does. Drewski, is there anything else you want to cover comics wise?
Let's see
I'm
here.
looking through.
Yeah, likewise. Imperial was boring.
Yep, continues to be boring. I thought it
Absolute
was.
Flash was fine.
I thought Imperial was visually messy too. See, okay, so Absolute Flash. I'm not saying I dislike it, but I'm losing interest week after week.
Yeah, it's not really going
Month after
where
month. Yeah,
I wanted it to go.
right. I feel like the first 3 issues were bangers, and I don't know. Since then, I'm just like,
Yeah.
Which makes me sad because it was like those first 3 months. It was my favorite Absolute book. I was like, this is it. But the past 2 months, it's just for me. And maybe it's the art, but I'm not enjoying it. I don't want to say I'm not enjoying it. It's just it's letting me down from where it was. So I saw Death of Silver Surfer.
Oh, I was getting ready to say that.
Hold on, this one I'm pulling up because I feel like I have to. Shoot, let me get this going. Yeah, I was not. Okay, I mean, same problem. You got this Kelly Coe character that, like, clearly it's her show, but there was so much of this. I'm like, what the beep are we doing here? It's just all over the place. You got Silver Surfer. So I was trying to remember. I was like, wait, did he just get away? Is that what happened at the end of the last one? Silver Surfer got away. Oh yeah, he did get away.
Yeah,
he left, and then Kelly Coe got put in a coma or something like that and came to, and then they're like, oh yeah, no, you're not going to go after him anymore. You're going to go after this guy, and it was Scar. And I was like, no one's excited now. Art change, right? It looks different than the first
it's
issue.
weaker. It is significantly weaker.
Yeah. So maybe the same artist, but oh god, it's a substantial step down.
Hey, no Silver Surfer yet. How about that?
Oh, I know. You go multiple. Oh, hey, we've got him helping a kid picking apples. Yeah. It's. I mean, I feel like we're just going to repeat a lot of what we said previously. If you're going to have a Silver Surfer book, maybe you should have Silver Surfer doing things that isn't necessarily this. But then it doesn't take long before you get to Kelly Coe. And of course, these assholes are shooting at kids because you have psychos writing this book that have to make police out to be awful people. Not to say that there aren't bad police officers. There are, but there are many more good ones. And then, we took a little more, about the same time, about a third of the way through, we get to Kelly Coe, and then it becomes the Kelly Coe show. So, I hate this. I hate every aspect of this. I hate her character. She gets on my nerves. Way too much. All the dial. All this. No. Just no. Just no.
Dan Griff, just say no.
Yep. And here's part of why I hate Kelly Coe. This whole like, I'm fine. I'm always fine. My problem is Greg Pak's writing this as if he thinks it makes her a strong female character, and it doesn't. It makes her a wet blanket and a total bitch. Like,
Yeah. Not charming.
idea-
It's not endearing. It's not
Yeah.
funny. It just, and plus, look, we said this. I'm not here for her. I'm not
No.
paying $5, $6, $7 to read this for her. I'm here for Silver Surfer, the death of Silver Surfer / Norrin Rad.
Yep. But yeah, this before I continue on and we get to when Scar comes in, which, but this whole idea that to make a female character strong, they have to be like an outright bitch. I don't know when that started or why it became so prevalent, but that's if there's a trope that needs to go away, it is that. Like, I hate that. Oh, look, it's Scar. Also looking awful. Better than the MCU Scar, but still looking like shit.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, because Kelly Coe's the bestest ever, her AI robot friend is like, oh, that I hate when comics do this. I just want to point out, we ended the last issue with them telling her, you're going after Scar, and they showed a picture of him. But now they're like, that's Scar, son of Hulk. Thank you. We established that in the last issue. But yeah, just the know-it-all-ness of her character, the I don't need help, the I'm fine, the I don't have to have emotions, I'm the bestest ever, you have to read off my accomplishments, all that I hate. And yeah, at some point we might get a Silver Surfer story instead of putting insert pages as, oh, look, hey, Surfer coming back. But not for long, because we wrap up this book shortly after. So this is probably going to be the last week that I actually read through this, because for me, I was so over it. And even what little bit of me is like, I wonder what they're going to do with Galactus. Like, I don't care enough to stick around. No, I don't care enough for sticking around. So, but yeah, what is this last line? Oh, the only thing here is death. Dum dum dum. So we've kind of introduced Silver Surfer into the story, and now we're kind of introducing death. See, Drew, it's all coming together. It's all coming together.
Finally.
Yeah. Yep. Nope. Crap. Didn't like it. Don't recommend it. Oh yeah. Look. What the hell are we doing? We haven't been doing what we're supposed to do this entire show. What do you think about this, Drew? Because this is what I think. Sheesh.
Bravo.
I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing around here. I'm trying to think if I read anything else. I read the Crypto book. Second issue came out. I did not like it nearly as much as I liked the first issue. The whole thing featured Lex, a young Lex with Crypto, because he found Crypto, but it really just felt like a pamphlet, showing the awful things about animal abuse. So, wasn't really into it. Was there anything else that you read that you can think of that might be worth just mentioning?
I'm looking at the list, and
I will say I have not read Battle Beast yet. I know that's something people are gonna be like, "What about this?"
I
Max?
tried. I couldn't get into it.
Max is definitely gonna be like, "Why haven't you read Battle Beast yet?" But yeah, so just rough. But I think that was most of. I mean, other than the schlocky crap that really isn't even worth talking about, like Gotham City Sirens, I skimmed it just for the amusement. But yeah, how Leah Michelle was it Michelle No, yeah, Michelle Williams. Right? Leah Williams. That's it. I'm mixing up singers and shit. How Leah Williams continues to get work, much like the Bobbsey twins, much like Tom King, blows my mind. I don't understand it. So, let's look at these comments real quick to wrap up the night, and then we will call it a night.
Okay.
So, yeah, I still have to work tomorrow. Darstud put hashtag Justice for Malibu Comics. Justice for Malibu Comics. It makes you wonder too, though, Drew. Why did they buy that if they have no intention of using the characters? Because
I think it's for their coloring. They bought it for their coloring process.
Oh, you know what? Fair. That makes sense. I wasn't even thinking about that, but that makes sense. And then Salt's Traveling Sea put, well, these are layout sketches that got colored. Yeah. You know what's crazy is about the Silver Surfer book is that first issue had some solid art in it, and then this issue came around and just oof. I don't know if the artist took a lot of extra time to do those first few or that first issue and then just had to rush this one or what, but it was a drastic difference. I'm actually trying to see if I could see if it was the same, if it actually is the same artist or not. But I can't find it on Leah Comic Geeks. Hold please. Okay, well, we'll save that for another day.
Okay.
And then Salty, as far as the Death of Silver Surfer goes, he put that's the definition of a bait and switch. Yeah, I mean, real, but especially if you read that first issue. We talked about how that first issue we read it, and the first 10 pages were banger, and then it was like getting run over or hit by a Mack truck that Kelly Coe character came in and then just took over the rest of the book. And I remember we were like, "This book, it's awesome!" Da da da. They were like, "What the?" Ah! Especially the full page of them being like, "Oh, she's the best shield agent since this, and she earned this, and she has this degree." I was like, "Get the beep out of here." Darth said, "Put this does look awful. He used to care for female characters because they were incredibly feminine but tough." I mean, look at the 80s and 90s. We had a ton of great female characters that were serving as leaders, doing badass things. But if you talk to people today that don't know their comics history, they think this is the first time ever we're having strong, powerful women. And I'm like, man, you just don't even know. Eric Breen, what's up, Breen? How are you, sir? Coming in with Marvel readers or Charlie Brown and Marvel Comics or Lucy at the fall.
That's good.
Yes, that is extremely accurate. Cajun is off to bed. Good night, sir. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. And then Eric said her Bopsy twins is how Leah will. Oh, okay. So by Bopsy twins, I was referring to Lansing and Kelly, Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly. But yes, Leah Williams does have two very large, or a large set of Bopsy twins, I should say. And I would not be surprised if that's why she's getting work. Do you remember that whole time period where she was like, "Oh, I used to be a sex worker," because she did like OnlyFans or whatever?
Huh?
Did you not know that?
No.
Yeah. So from what I understand, she had an OnlyFans and did that for a while and was like trying to be pro pornography. And I'm like, you know what? I mean, you're gonna get some fans just by you sharing. I don't know if she still has them or what, but clearly not my thing.
Yeah.
And Salty's like, now I have to find fun pics of or pics of those fun pillows. I will never forget, and I think it's when she was doing like X Factor or X Force, and it was like god awful, and every character was gay. But Wes did a video talking about how bad she was, and on the thumbnail he had a picture of her when she was like taking a selfie, so it's up, and she had like a very cleavage heavy shirt, and it's one of his most viewed videos. Wow. Because that was the thumbnail. Yeah, I was like, this is sad. We have oh my god. Nos, is this you? We have Ernest Ferratu, the vampire. I'm wanting to say this is Nosferatu, the vampire. It is, because he's coming in with Jay Bowman. Nos, it's been way too long. It's good to see you. We've got Zach's in the house. What's up? Nice to see you guys. We are wrapping up here, but thank you for hopping in. Oh yeah, Darth Stud is 90 Psylocke, hard eyes. Listen, I'm a Mo, and even I will agree with you there. Which, by the way, if you don't watch, or maybe if you do watch wrestling, but if you don't watch wrestling, Stephanie Vekor, her whole outfit is kind of like a Psylocke nod, with the leg bands, and yeah, a lot of
This
people are
is more
fans of her.
fascinating now.
I know, right? And then Josh, jokes aside, just based on the looks, you would have. No, Tim. Whatever happened to Tim? And you know, he insulted Zax and Zax's streaming abilities and pray for his family or whatever it was, and then he disappeared. Salty, we don't share some. Okay. Anyways, I think we're gonna go ahead and start wrapping things up for the night. Just as a reminder, we do have the link for Unholy Nightmare number 2 pinned in the comments. If you didn't back it, go back it. If you missed the first issue, get the catch-up bundle so you can get issue 1 and issue 2. Make sure you back the Golem, the short story that tells the Golem's origin story. Beautiful 10-page story. And yeah, and then keep an eye out for what happens with this cover that we showed earlier, because for sure going to be a con exclusive for which convention again, Drew?
Terrificon. August 8th through the 10th.
So, oh gosh, that's just a few weeks away. Yeah. But it's this bad boy right here. So great artwork. And who's the artist again? Drewski?
Yeah, sorry. Got a last connection. Sorry.
Yeah, you're good. Who's the artist of the cover again?
This is my good buddy Matt. This is Mr. Matt Wilson, talented cover artist. I hope everyone is able to check this out, and hope you guys can come out to Terrificon and be able to get a copy for this. I'm reading the comments right now.
Oh, gotcha. Hold on.
Yeah, only 50 copies printed of this cover. 50. That is it. And this will be for Unholy Nightmare number 1, the full issue. And yeah, so Matt's going to be there at Terrificon. I'll be there at Terrificon, so these will be able to get double signed when we're there. We're just hoping to sell these out. We're hoping to sell out.
Indeed. And Nos is coming in with, he got distracted recording for Red Letter Media. I love it.
Yeah, sorry, I was standing in for Jay, and I fell asleep during the Star Trek reviews.
But yeah, Drewski, if people want to follow you, where can they find you and follow you?
You can find me on Facebook, Dolan Waddick. You can find me on Instagram, Dolan_Waddick. And hey, all I'm doing, I'm just sharing my work. That's all I'm doing. And
yeah. Plenty of it too. Like there's so much going on, so much you're producing and putting out.
Yeah.
Which is good. I mean, it's keeping you busy. So as for the channel, you can follow the channel at @bypopped on X or Twitter, as I still call it because I'm old. We are here every Tuesday and usually Thursdays. And then I'm here Sundays if I'm not seeing a movie. Whoops. I had to go watch a little Superman movie, so I didn't stream Sunday. But I should be back this Sunday with the stream. So if there's something you want me to cover, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to start pulling random shit out again for our member streams. And then other than that, if you want to follow me personally, I'm at Joshua L. McDonald on the Twats. And I talk about anything and everything there and potentially piss off the gay community, which I didn't do this year because they were quiet this year. So go figure. But yeah. It's always a blast having you guys, in the chat. I love catching up with you and hanging out. Ernest Ferratu, aka Nosferatu. Jokes aside, it's good to see you as well. I have missed you as well. So thanks for popping in. Salty, Zax, Corey, Zeke, Kaiser, everyone that's regulars here. It's always a shit ton of fun. JK hanging out with y'all. JK the person, not just kidding. Oh my gosh. It's my brother from another mother, Abomination AJ. What up, AJ? Left the YouTube world behind to go do comedy. I miss you too, my man. I gotta catch up with last week's Circle of Jerks episode because I was asleep. But yeah, good to see you here. I said your name. Wow. If this were Zax's channel, I'd say certain things, but since it's mine, I'm not gonna say anything. Anyway, good to see you guys. I hope you'll have a good night. Have a good weekend. We will be back Sunday for our member stream, and then Tuesday for. I got to figure out what we're doing Tuesday. I've got to adjust my schedule because what I had planned was different, and then they pushed Fantastic Four back. So I never adjusted my planned schedule here. So we'll figure out what we're doing Tuesday, but we'll do something. And yeah, we'll see you guys then. So until then, have a good night. Don't get arrested, and we'll see you on the flip side.
Get the fuck